Hey, SEGways, how's everyone doing? Hope you're all having a bloody marvelous morning. I think most of it, no, be afternoon. So this is a bit of a different time for me to do a live stream. I'm doing it. It's 10 p.m. my time. I do have both my kids who I put to bed about an hour ago. That I let them stay up a bit later because it's a Saturday on our end. So I can't like scream and shout too loud, but I think this is a good volume, right? Everyone can hear me okay. Hope you're all well. I haven't got a drink though. Maybe I should go get myself a drink before I get started on this. I might do that in just a little bit. Who we got in the house here? This is going to be a bit of a better time zone, whatever to do for UK European people. I think it might be like, what is it? What time is it over in East Coast America right now? Can I get the East Coast? Crow, you're East Coast. What time is it where you're at? Victoria Darkwood, hello. Marilyn Monday, how's it going? Mark's Random Curiosity, hope you're well. Cree Storm, hello. Doom Lottie, hello. Miss Kelly, hope you're well. Tanya Phillips, hello. Holly Seventh, Holly Seventh Heaven or Haven, excuse me. How are you? Paranormal Engineer, how's it going? Mason. What we're about to watch today, Mason got it bad. Mason got it so bad. We'll talk about that a little bit. Pinky, hello. It's 8 a.m. Oh, that's not too 8 a.m. Hey, Kay, how's it going? DKF reviews. 8 a.m. is not too bad. Okay. Roger Bowen, I hope you're well. Juno Copier, hello. Wayne's World of Rock Music, hello. Kim Draws, hello. Christian Durham Green, hope you're well. Pinky Pop Tarts, hello. Andy 25 Brown, sorry, hello. How are you? Rose Red, hello. Screen's all gross. I need to clear my screen. Yuck. Judith, hello. Kim, hope you're well. I think I saw Sky Talker, hello. Knitting Nebula, hello. Simon Stevens, hello. Vanessa, hope you're well. Mother Noob, hello. Holly 8, hope you're well. Ghostly Anne, how's it going, Anne? Hermit Nerd, hello. Anyone else I'm missing here? Beardo, how's it going, Beardo? Yeah. Oh, we're gonna get into this. So okay. So Sid, I'll do a quick few more hellos and then we'll get stuck into this. Sid, how's it going? Giuseppe, hope you're well. Jude Anka, hello. Malvern, how do I say that? Nigel Man, hello. Jenna's Beauty Room, hope you well. What Mr. Gray, hello. I'm only now finding out mine seem fake. I'm gonna get into that too. Winter Lantern, hello. Nick, hello. Okay, all right, okay. I'm gonna get down to the bottom. Okay, blank Giselle L, hello. I think I saw. I can't see now, however. Eve Monroe, hello. Space Chief, hello. Freddie B, hello. I think I saw earlier that Sarah Fantastic Publishing is in the house. Hello. Elaine Baker Creepy Caboodles in the house. And just hello to all my mods. Thank you all my mods being here. Blanket hello to everyone. Thank you very much for being here. Maybe I made that a little too bright. That looks better. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, Haunt Media, Pocket Watch, how's it going? Haunt Media uploaded a video, I don't know, around 12 hours ago, maybe 12, 13 hours ago. And with the exception of Dolly from Kyneton Paranormal, this might be the most bizarre response video to a debunker I've ever seen. Now, they do a little bit more. They go a little bit further than just responding to debunkers. But you'll see in this video, like, they bring me up by name a couple of times. I think they bring Beardo up by name, but I think they get Beardo's name. Like, they just call him like the bearded guy, who I'm assuming is Beardo. But then they also say a few more things, which makes me think it might not be Beardo. It might be who's that dickhead? Who's that dickhead? The dickhead who's not really a debunker, likes to make out. But he's like, oh, what's his fucking name? Angry Cajun. I think they might be thinking of Angry Cajun when they're, because I don't know. There was a couple of things they sort of said, and I'm like, that doesn't actually sound like Beardo, but I might be wrong. But we'll give it a listen here. But the person who I think they're talking about, not even think about, the person they are talking about is Mason of the Paranormal Engineer. He gets it real hard. But also, on what Mr. Gray was saying there, the amount of people in the comments of this who are genuinely upset that Mindseed is fake because they outright say it. Like, it's actually amazing that they're so angry with debunkers because they end up debunking themselves and Mindseed and a whole bunch of other. They do way more damage than we ever could have. Like, this is such a bizarre response video. Now, okay, they are weirdly kind of nice about me. So it's going to be a little bit of like, because I don't like being nasty to people who have actually been quite nice to me. So I want to kind of, I'm going to call it as I see it with a lot of this. Of course I am. But like, it is a kind of like weird energy they gave towards me. One I absolutely wasn't expecting. And we're going to explore that a little bit longer, a little bit further as we start watching this. But it's such a weird response video. I've honestly, God, not seen anything quite like this. So yeah, I don't know. You guys tell me, should I go make myself a quick drink? If you give me like 2 minutes, if that, I can go get myself some. I've got a nice new bottle of whiskey. Actually, I could get myself starting the whiskey. I can't get absolutely trolleyed today though, so I need to be like have my wits about me tomorrow. Drink. Says okay. Well, if Mason says drink, then we got to. You are the one with the drinking problem, Mason. That's a joke. That's a joke. I'll be right back, guys. Give me 90 seconds tops. Okay. Right, so we're drinking some. I think it's okay. I think I can show this, can't I? I'm just going to show it. Fuck it. We're drinking some of this flavored, definitely coffee, Nika coffee grain whiskey, but it's coffee. Just call whiskey for anyway, whatever. Good stuff. Good stuff. This. Right. Bristol, how's it going? Bristol Paranormal Hunter UK. All right, we'll get started. For every donation or whatever, we'll do a little bit more. I've got the wrong mask on, haven't I? God damn it! I'll put it underneath here. Good stuff. Cheers, guys. Every donation, there'll be a cheers. Dan Green, how's it going? Right. Yeah, without further ado, there's quite a lot to get through here, and I've got so many thoughts. I've got so many thoughts on this. So I will say this right now. Mason of the Paranormal Engineer has already told me that he's going to do his. He's not going to do a live stream. He's going to do a proper video on this. I asked him if it was okay if I could just fast track my video as a live stream, and he was cool with that. But I will say this right now, guys. Mason the Paranormal Engineer is here in the live chat right now. Please go subscribe to him and wait for his video breakdown or response to their response, because particularly Colton really goes hard at Mason on this, really goes hard on Mason. So I'm not going to talk much about Mason's video that has triggered this whole thing, because Mason has triggered this whole, not me, Mason. For those of you who don't, excuse me, for those of you who don't know, I did a video about 2 years ago now, I think, over 2 years ago. Yeah, over 2 years ago for sure. And it was about Mind Seed. Got got hold of an Airbnb. Did a whole bunch of faking nonsense in said Airbnb. Lied that it wasn't really an Airbnb. And it just became a whole thing. It's like from a couple of years ago, those videos. There's a series of 3 videos showing that a pattern of this. From that, it was discovered that they hired actors to help fake in their made up stories. Juno, thank you very much. Cheers. Cheers to you. Bottoms up. Thank you. So it was a whole thing. And then Haunt Media became a thing. Haunt Media is, of course, Tanner and Colton, who were like the sidekicks, like Casey's +1, if you will, to Mindseed. They went to do their own channel. It's a very, very different style to Mindseed. Whether you prefer that, whether for better or worse, you can decide. But I did a video on at a place they called Doc's House. And in that video, I was a little bit like, I'm a little bit suspicious about this. This is a little bit fishy and all that kind of stuff. And Mason watched my video and was like, yeah, this really does seem a bit fishy. And he dug deeper into it and went down this crazy rabbit hole. Now, I don't want to go, for those of you, I don't want to talk about that crazy rabbit hole right now. Either go watch Mason's, I think it's his most recent video that's still on his channel, but I'm sure will recap this when he talks about this whole thing on his channel, when he responds to the video we're going to watch here. So I'm not going to go on about that because I probably won't do it justice as well as Mason will. But I please would urge you to subscribe to Mason of the Paranormal Engineer. Wait for his video to come out, because he's going to show some really interesting insights into this. I can reveal Mason and some other people that I know did leave comments on this video we're about to watch here, and there's a lot of the comments have been deleted. So there's been a lot of just hiding comments or deleting comments. Okay, let me just get down. Mindseed have been debunked massive for years. Yeah, this isn't exactly breaking news by any means, but these guys who are part of Mindseed out Mindseed for being fake. We'll talk about this a little bit in here. They do it, and then there are people in the comment section that are really sad and angry about this. How you could, I don't know. That's just crazy to me. Lindsay, thank you so much for your 9 months. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, Seg and chat. This is a surprise. Yeah, I don't normally go live this time, do I? Oh, and we got Sky. Thank you very much for your 2 Australian Sky. Bottoms up, Seg. Why the devil not? Thank you. Oh, drooled a little bit of that out. Okay. All right. Getting down to the bottom. Let's do this. Let's do screen share. Okay.
It is what it is. Watch videos. Enjoy. Smile. Also, doxers, fuck you. Bye.
Also, doxers, fuck you. Here's another very interesting thing. We'll talk about this a bit further as we go in. They don't seem to understand what doxing is. They don't seem to understand what doxing is. I'm not going to get too drunk. I promise you that. Okay, let's do this. I mean, I would buy that T-shirt because, you know, I agree. Fuck doxers. As someone who's been doxed, fuck doxers. Wait a minute. Should I leave the subtitles on? Subtitles on or subtitles off, guys? Because this is another thing as well I want to say. Yeah, they do call me a doxer. Yeah, they call me a doxer. They call Mason a doxer. Well, again, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Here's the thing as well. Like, if I had to watch this will be the third time me watching this video. I had to watch this. I watched the video once. I couldn't believe it. I had to watch it a second time because they talk so quickly. Yeah, true. That there's going to be like bleeps all the time. There was so many, like, I'm watching the video, especially like the first time around. I'm like, if I wasn't so closely involved in all this, if I didn't really understand what happened, like I've obviously seen their video, I've seen Mason's video, I've talked to Mason behind the scenes with a lot of this stuff. I understand what is happening here. If I wasn't privy to all that information and I just watched this video, I'd be very confused by a lot of it because they jump all over the place. They kind of like hit the ground running and you're not really brought up to speed on what the hell they're talking about. And there's quite a few people, again, in their comments who are like, what are you guys talking about? Like, it takes a little while before they really get into the mind seed stuff. And wait a minute. The whole I want to call debunkers about, oh yeah, they want, I don't know if it was debunkers or if it was in particular Mason, but they do say, oh, I want to use the F word. I'm not going to say the F word because I don't want to get cancelled, but we all know what we mean by the F word, don't we? It's certainly not fuck. Hey, Frankly Exposed, that deserves a drink. Thank you very much for your gifted membership. If you got that gifted membership, please be sure to thank Frankly Exposed in the live chat. Appreciate you, mate. Okay. The video is the most childish I've seen in 2 grown men. It's so bizarre. It's such a bizarre take. Anyway, so yeah, so I got a lot more out of the video watching it the second time around because even I had to be like, it took me a second attempt to really like, for it to kind of soak in on what they're saying. So anyway, without further ado, let's yeah. Oh, yes. Okay, I'm going to say this just quickly. Colton has he seems to be like the more, I don't like using this term, but I'm just going to say it anyway, for want of a better term, the more alpha of the two. Like, it seems to be he's taking the lead on the overall energy, if you will, that is being projected in this. Like the anger. And there's a lot of anger and the insults, the ad hominems, the character assassination, the emasculating, like all that sort of stuff mainly comes from Colton. Tanner does it a little bit, but as the video goes on, you'll see Tanner actually tries to like steer the conversation away from that and change the subject when Colton brings it back to that. There's no doubt in this overall video that the reason they, in my opinion anyway, I think the reason they did it is mainly because of their anger towards Mason, rather than like that seems to first and foremost be what's on their mind because they keep bringing it back to debunkers and Mason. That's what's really triggered them in this whole thing. And then the whole, oh, you know, we're also going to say that Mindseed were fake and we've been fake in the past, and you know, and then they do a weird turnaround where they talk, I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but they do a weird turnaround where they talk about what they want to do in the future, which is it contradicts and shows their hypocrisy for everything they say before. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself, but like there's so much to talk about in this video. It is absolutely, it's genuinely the most insane response video I have ever seen since Dolly's response video. You know, the one where she was like, oh, maybe you should get a different shade of lipstick and you're all a bunch of deadbeat losers. It's on that kind of level. It's that was probably more bizarre, maybe by a hair. Actually, I don't know, because this one they really do throw Casey under the bus as well. I mean, I'm not going to complain about that, but anyway, again, get ahead of myself. Hey, Jim, Paranormal Detectives, how's it going, Harry? Hope you're well, mate. Glad I haven't seen you in a while, so glad you're here, mate. Okay, all right. We've been waffling too much. Vicky, how's it going, Vicky? Vicky, Emmy, everyone. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this.
Peace. All right, cool. All right, G.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
You too. Regardless, let's just jump back into what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Just the way Colton is sitting on the chair there is, I don't know, it's just funny to me.
We were like, let's talk about what we want to talk about, and then it's like, why don't we just fucking record our conversation?
Exactly. So we were just talking about, we kind of got deep on the thing. You know, we have a tendency, we don't really get emotional about this stuff, guys. Like, to be honest with you,
it's funny how he says he doesn't get emotional about this stuff, because it's going to be nothing but pure emotion going forward.
Doing this for so long, we have faced all of the little pussy ass nobodies that only exist as a parasite to try to destroy other people's channels, to try to, and you know what? Ultimately, at the end of the day, they're not doing anything besides taking more and more good content away from you.
Well, they don't have any context for what you're actually talking about right now.
It's fine.
So that's interesting right there. Okay, well, I'll play a little bit more. Wait, but listen.
Okay, no, I'm going to tell them.
Clip, yeah.
The situation that led to this was somebody, you guys might have noticed Doc's house. And
so I find that interesting, even straight away there, because Tanner is aware that there's no context of what is being said here. Oh yeah, Parasite is like the very, it gets way harsher than that. So Tanner's like, no one knows what you're talking about, Colton. We need to dial it back a bit. We need to go back and explain the backstory, what's happening. And when he says, we got to explain the context, Colton goes, don't worry about that. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, we need to know what you're talking about. The audience needs to know what you're talking about. I understand what you're talking about, but I'm in the game. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a part of this, I suppose. But your average audience member here, like your like whole media's audience, won't know what you're talking about. So at least Tanner has that kind of foresight of, we need to explain what this is about. We need to give context and a bit of a backstory here. Whereas Colin just wants to fucking go, man. He's just like a bull in a china shop already.
And the Ghost House episode 1 and 2 are both removed from the channel right now. And that's because somebody, would you say they doxed us? They found the person.
Little fucker.
No, so this is the thing. They say I dox them as well. They say Mason dox them. They say debunk as well. They don't really seem to understand what doxing means. Mason didn't dox anyone. Again, I'm not going to go on about Mason here. I really urge everyone to go check out the Paranormal Engineer. I think his video will be out in a day or two. This will be a bit of a slam dunk, a gift of a video, really. For him to respond to, and respond he should, because a lot of the attacks here are specifically directed at Mason. So I'm just going to explain this again. I'm not going to talk about what Mason's situation is here. I'm not going to defend Mason or, well, I'll defend Mason, but I'm not going to like explain how wrong they are about his accusations in regards to his video. I think Mason, that should very much come from Mason. So anyway.
Information and said, do you know they made this video? And then tried to claim that we had no permission to be in either building, which we had full explicit permission to be inside of and film inside of both buildings.
Yeah.
They weren't aware of the content. They never saw it because they never cared to see it. And then apparently some of the things that we showed on there that were all true, and by the way, offended them. So we had to remove it because it was causing issues in relationships I have in Texas.
Just remember, guys, they had to remove it. Yeah. Again, I don't want to get too much into it. Mason's going to explain it. He'll do a lot better explaining it than I will. But like, yeah, it is that. Yeah. Hey, Bad Cat, how's it going?
personal issues that I'm like, dang, this little fucker has that little level of power over me right now, and just forcing me to.
It's a sick joy these little fools get, and it's like, you know, they're not taking us down by any means. It's not how it goes. It's just all they're doing is they're making it more complicated for us to bring content to the channel. And at the end of the day, guys,
at the end of the day here, man, just do your content ethically. Like, I don't know about, like, there's a few debunkers we got in here now. I don't want to speak on behalf of everyone, but I think I can safely say this. Very rarely do we say we want to take anything or anyone down. We just want to expose the truth. I mean, whatever comes of that, comes of that. If that means something gets taken down or whatever it might be, then, you know, that comes, that's just a result of the truth, of just getting the truth out there. That's all this is. Like, Mason found the truth of the matter, made the people who, or the family members who had that house, aware of the truth of the matter, what was actually happening. And yeah, they took offense because they did things. It was unethical. Oh, that seems like another drink. Kim Draws, thank you so much. Like how they remove comments. We'll talk about that. I mentioned that earlier, but yes, they do remove the comments. They remove many people's comments. Cheers to you. God damn, that whiskey's good. I mean, apple juice. Okay.
We have fun doing it. There's our community that has existed for a long time. We're very, very grateful to have the support that we do. But like, ask yourself a question, even in any daily life, your business, whatever you do. You know, it's something you do for fun, and someone just keeps trying to kick you in the nuts every time you do it. Like, would you really give a fuck to do it then?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, especially like everything we've been doing is above board. We pay to
It's
go where
always
we're
been
going.
That's it.
The only thing was like back in the day when we went into that abandoned house in Pioche and got arrested for trespassing.
But again,
that was an abandoned
here's the deal.
Hoopty shack.
Nobody gives a fuck.
But it's been years.
Places, and excuse me, I know I'm cussing like a sailor today, but nobody gives a fuck about these places until some little fucking pussy reaches out and says, yo, did you know? And gaslights them into being upset and goes,
yeah, I don't think Colton, he uses the word gaslights quite a lot. I don't think he understands really what gaslighting means, much like he doesn't understand what doxing means. Rebecca Kings, thank you very much for your 26 months. That's amazing. That's such a long time. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. As you could probably already tell, don't get me wrong, Tanner's like said a few things here, but a lot of the aggression very much comes from Colton. Like, very much comes from Colton. Like, he comes in real hot here, and he kind of calms himself down at some bits, but then he riles himself back up again. It's kind of wow.
Shows them specific
clips. You know these guys are making money off of your dilapidated building that has fucking dildos and fucking sticky page porn in it that's falling apart.
I just want to say they attribute those sort of things, which do happen in the video. They attribute those things to the actual homeowners. The place has been dilapidated, and God knows how many people have kind of like been in and out of that house. Like, you don't know where a lot of that stuff has come from. But in their own narrative, they were like, oh no, this must have been the Doc and the previous homeowners and all the rest of it. But we don't know. I think that is something very important that you should put in, especially if you, anyway, yeah, we don't need to go too much into that. But like, yeah, there's a lot more to this than they are making out. So they are brushing over so much of Mason's argument. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I'm sure Jasmine knows better than most that people do weird stuff in abandoned houses. Yeah, exactly. They remove a lot of the comments left. Yeah. If you mention paranormal engineer in the comments, they would delete it straight away. And here's the thing, at the end of the day, guys, I don't like that, but it's their platform. They can remove whatever they want and all the rest of it. Is it kind of like shows a lack of transparency? Yes, it does, but they have the right to do that, you know. They have the right to do that. If they can remove whatever they want from on their platform, I suppose, at the end of the day. But you are just inviting people to criticize you that you're misinforming. Thank you very much, Rose Red, for the $4. Excuse me, $4.99. Cheers to you. Oh, okay. I need to fill this back up again already. God damn. What you guys doing to me? Maybe I got to take smaller sips. Okay. It's disgusting what they are saying about debunkers. Worse, that they continue to say that lies they said about the family are true, including SA. Yes, it really is. It really is. Thank you very much, Rose Red and Wendy J. Thank you very much for being a member. Thanks for being a member. Also, thanks for being a member. For 1 month. Hi, Seg chat. Back to watch Wrestle Live. Fantastic. Thank you very much. All right.
Right in the kids' room. Did you know that? Did you know that they exposed that you're a creep? And even though it's not your face or your address, and then they contact them, they get their name, they interview them on like usually some sort of like audio interview or something like that, like phone interview. They record it and then they say, this house exactly here. And then that little dipshit is the one that exposes it. It's not even us. We always protect the actual locations.
Yeah. What's crazy is the owner will actually flip on us too. And be like, oh, well, we didn't have.
Yeah, sorry, guys. If the owner is flipping on you, it's for good reason. Again, Mason can explain this better, but like you're not doing yourself any favors, guys. Like, if the owner flipped on you, sorry, like you just take some accountability on that.
We gave permission to go in there and film, but we didn't know they were going to put it on YouTube. I'm like, yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
We're YouTubers.
Yeah.
Dumbass. Like, and you knew that.
Into your stupid
Why would I film it?
Ass house for free just to walk around and find your grandma's spirit? I'm not doing that.
Yeah. And there was even like in a couple of them, they were basically asking us to like see what you see, find what you find. We don't really know what's going on in there. And then it turned into like, fuck you guys because you showed that we had porno mag in the kids' room. Well, yeah, that's fucking weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's off-putting, especially when you're saying that no one's had access to the structure but you and your family.
Yeah.
You're weird. So we just put that on there, didn't harp on it or anything.
Again, this is what I'm saying earlier, guys. We don't know where this porno mag in the kids' room came from, or the dildo, or all sorts of stuff they found in there. But they are, even now, very quick to attribute that to the homeowners. And the family members of those now deceased homeowners took offense to that. Maybe if you kind of gave a little bit more perspective. Anyway, whatever. Leslie, thank you very much for your £2 Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Oh, let me just... Thank you. Hi, Seg. Lol, it's Leslie, not... I said... Did I say Lindsay before? Leslie. If I did say Lindsay, sorry. Leslie, thank you very much. Much love to you too. You can explain more if you like. I don't feel like you need to limit yourself. No, it's all right, man. I don't want to like get it wrong as well. Yeah. I feel like I'm losing breath. Oh, Keddy, you haven't seen the half of it yet, mate. You haven't seen the half of it. Like it goes so off the rails. This is really nothing. This really is like it gets way worse. Being Express, how's it going? Freaks, also drink. Cheers to you. Thank you very much. Lula Moon, how's it going? I hope you're well. Purple Ronnie, hello. Mike James, how's it going? Great. Seg, if you expect people like them to take accountability, I know. It's a little too much to ask. That isn't the kind of people they are to prove each other. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. How the hell would the homeowner know? Yeah. Even, whatever. And they actually think they are known YouTubers. Yeah, I know. That's another thing we've got to talk about. Oh, the Casey stuff. When the Casey stuff comes up, my God. It was the owners I'd sue so hard. Yeah, I don't know what's really coming of that. Maybe Mason has a better idea if there is anything like that. You guys really should go watch Mason's video on this. He's made 2, but the most recent one is the one that you need to really watch, I think, because they reached out to Mason, and it was a whole thing, man. This is huge. There are similarities between Mason's video and my Mindseed debunks from a couple of years ago, and yeah, again, they give me a very different energy than they give Mason. We'll talk about that in a little bit. It's just, oh God, it's a wild ride to come. Megan, I will absolutely drink to 34 months is absolutely insane. Thank you so much. Cheers. That's almost 3 years. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Right, I'm going down to the bottom. Read this one quickly. They wouldn't know the real investor. Oh God. Yeah, they 100%. So with a snooker ball in it. Yeah. That becomes very. There we go. There's the video. Please go check that out after my live stream, of course. But yeah, go check that out, guys. Subscribe to Mason Paranormal Engineer. Excellent video. Right, I really got to stress that. Really good video. Whatever these guys, however it upsets these guys, the amount, the level of investigative journalism that goes into that, the amount of effort that went into that video is huge. Now, hey, I'm sure Mason, myself, all the rest of it, we're not surprised that these guys don't like that. We're not surprised by it. But what I am surprised by is later in this video, they're trying to like talk about the ethics behind things and, you know, exposing the truth finally and all that sort of stuff. Then why are you so upset with Mason's video? Because it is ultimately the truth. They don't really give any examples on how Mason, like, other than just, oh, this little fucking exposed us and he was being a sneaky little butt. They don't actually say anything he actually did wrong, like on an ethical level. Nothing I can see. All it was that he got us in trouble. He told on us. That's kind of it. And it is that kind of like baseline childish level what they're really upset about. I still don't understand why he sat there waiting for his boyfriend to enter while he was in the podcast. Don't want to get in trouble. I'm not going to get in trouble by commenting on that.
Anything, and then all of a sudden we're the assholes, and this social justice warrior came to save the day.
And he's such like okay, we're not going to give him any sort of clout or anything.
We'll never tell you his name.
All I've seen is literally his viewership go down. His followers have gone down too. Not to say that these are metrics and indicators of like a successful channel, because we all know viewership is. I just think it's kind of interesting that they really do take notice of this as well. They talk about it with me as well, how my numbers have gone down. So they're paying attention. They're paying attention. I don't even think that's actually true that Mason's numbers have gone down either. I feel like he's growing, so I don't know if that's even true. The name of the game, right? But it's like, I see these people that would otherwise be talented, but it's like they just can't find the thing that they're good at. So what they do is they double down. It's like they double down on being just I want to say a bad word. They double down on just being the F word.
Oh, class act. At least he didn't say the word, but there it is. There it is. Just wanting to go ahead and call Mason a slur. It's the truth. Apparently, you're not supposed to tell the truth. Otherwise, knobheads get upset. Where there were people who told us the truth. Yeah, when we were kids. Remember that shit? Yeah, 100%. Well said, Tom Gibson. Well said. Good God. Go from March. That's it. Yeah. We want to call Mason a friend. That's it. It's the F word. A friend.
And they just they're not good at anything besides maybe like talking to the camera, but they have no creative ideas. They're not willing to go out there and like, create entertaining content on that. So it just becomes like
I want to say this as well. Like when they keep saying creating entertaining content, watch what Mason did. That is original entertaining content. And I'm going to go on a rant about this a bit later, but like the hypocrisy behind, because they called us parasites earlier. Okay, I think I will quickly talk about this. Because like I kind of I mentioned this before because I've been accused of this. I'm sure we got a few people in the chat here. I'm sure myself, Mason, maybe Sarah, Beardo, Mr. Gray, maybe Elaine. If there's anyone I've missed here, Crow. Did I say Crow? Yeah, like if we've been. We probably all at some point or another been accused of being a parasite, being a leech. They kind of like said that about Mason and debunkers as a whole in this. Now, listen, I kind of talked about this a bit in my Elton response to Elton's long hate comment to me. I kind of mentioned this. On a moralistic standpoint, I support your right to have I obviously disagree with it, but I support your right to have that opinion that you think we're leeches and all the rest of it. But like, what I find, if you're going to have that energy for us, because we all do upload our own videos as well. We all do ghost hunting stuff. We all kind of do deep dives where we use very, very little amount of the original footage. We're just talking about said footage, but we don't use the footage. We all kind of do our own thing, our own original content as well. But quite a lot, there's no two ways about it. We do use a lot of the content and videos from other channels because that's the nature of debunking. You kind of, I sort of said this in my Paranormal Nightmare video. You kind of need that. You need to see the original clip in its correct context, so you're not accused of taking anything out of context. So to do that, you have to use their footage. You have to, because if you just explain what happened in their video, any one of the supporters of these channels will just turn around and go, yeah, well, you misrepresented or you didn't tell the full story of what really happened here. And you can't really go argue against that because, yeah, I didn't show the original footage. So it needs to be shown to get the full correct context. Now, if you want to call us leeches for that, sure, go ahead, fine, whatever. But at the end of the day, if you're going to do that with us, you're going to have to do it with Twin Paranormal because they do that sort of shit themselves with the guys and all the rest of it. You have to do that with Sam and Colby because they have a whole fucking channel called Sam and Colby Reacts. You got to do that with a whole bunch of channels. And these guys themselves later in this video say that they're going to start reacting to other people's content as well as their own content. So we'll talk about it a bit later, of course. I know I keep saying that, but this whole parasite leech thing, if you're going to come at us with that, you've got to come at some of the biggest content creators on the whole fucking platform, because this shouldn't be new. This is how YouTube works. This is how YouTube works. This is how it's built. Is people that, to one extent or another, react to other. Like fucking Moist Critical does that. I've seen Mr. Beast do that. I've seen obviously Asmund Gold has built a whole platform on that. Whether you like these guys or not is neither here nor there. It's just the fact that that's what they do, and they're enormous content creators. Now, obviously, we're not that. I'm not saying we're anywhere near that, but like just if you're going to have that argument that we're parasite and leeches, you've got to have that with the majority of YouTubers. That's suppose the point I'm trying to make it. Kim, thank you so much for your €5. Another donation there. Thank you so much. They talk about debunkers as parasites, but at least you all have lives outside of debunking, like games, for instance. Wink, wink. I know a lot of people ask me to play games. I know I have at some point. Cheers to you. Thank you. Okay. Anyway, look, that little rant aside. I know I'm missing a lot of chats here. Sorry. Well, I feel like Crow said something. Everyone's saying comments on something Crow says. Yeah, I had a fair few clips as evidence. Good point, Seg. Did you plot me, Mr. Gray? Told you. Actual sausage. Valid question. Okay.
An investigative journalist for a super niche.
Oh yeah, that's actually, yeah, that's a good point. I paused it just for then. They even call Mason an investigative journalist. I think that's quite a compliment, but they obviously don't like it.
Like a super niche world that no one really gives a shit about. And at the end of the day, you know what? I will shout someone out right now. Because
oh yeah. So this is the weird bit. He says he's going to shout someone out here. Guess who he's going to shout out? No, I'll get, for those of you, if you've already seen this video, don't comment, don't cheat. Who do you think he's going to shout out now? I love how Seg was making great points and the chat was going off of what Crow said. Typical. Steals the fucking limelight all the time. Oh, they talk about Casey. So no, he's going to shout someone out. Certainly not Casey. They do not like Casey, especially Colton does not like Casey. Like we'll find, we'll talk about that in a bit. I would say so, definitely. Okay, no. Yeah, pretty much it is. It's me, Samantha Fox. So this bit. I was really surprised. Now, they kind of jump all over the place with this. So it took me like a second attempt to really piece together what they were trying to say. Because I think again, it's a little bit now where they either are talking about Beardo or they're talking about Angry Cajun. I don't know. They just sort of said the bearded guy. So it could be either of them. I mean, I suppose it could be Mr. Gray, but I don't know. Mr. Gray definitely would have talked about Mind Seed. But I think, given what they say next, I think it might. Because they say some things. I think it might be Angry Cajun, actually. But they seem to like me. And this is the bit where I'm a little bit surprised about, because I don't see a huge difference between what I did with the Mindseed thing and what Mason did with the Haunt Media thing. They're very, very similar. Vlad Tepes, thank you so much for your gifted membership. Appreciate you. Big fat cheers. Thank you so much. If you got that gifted membership, please be sure to thank Vlad Tepes in the live chat. Appreciate you. Yeah, I don't quite understand why they've got such a different energy for me. And I'm assuming what they're talking about when they're talking about me is because they bring me up now and then they bring me up towards the end of this video. I'm assuming they're talking about the Mindseed debunk, because I did cover one of Haunt Media's, as I mentioned earlier. That's one of the big reasons why Mason did his videos. He watched my video on them, and he was like, this doesn't really add up. And he really did some great deep diving into the whole thing. So I don't know why, other than the only thing I can think of is that they were a little bit like, yeah, fuck Casey, and they quite liked my deep, because I wasn't overly nice about them in the in my Haunt Media video. I didn't finish it, but I started rewatching that video. I hadn't seen it for a few months earlier today. I got like maybe a little bit less than halfway through, and I was like, yeah, I definitely wasn't nice. So anyway, just quickly, Kim, thank you for a €1.99 super sticker. It deserves another drink. Thank you so much for your third donation there. Yeah, I think it might be that. Yeah. Anyway.
Because there's one guy that is sick, right? He was so sick. He was very good. He did such a good job. Yeah. Okay. And shout out to Side-Eye Guy, because he fucking fucked our lights out.
He is providing us with so much entertainment.
So good. I mean, it's so funny. He's really
like
he wasn't right. He wasn't right, but he was close.
Yeah.
And
So I'm interested when they say he wasn't right, but he was close. I can only assume they're talking about the Mindseed debunk. And I'm very interested to know, because I'm pretty sure I showed all the receipts to say that I was right about that. But I'm interested what they thought I was close about. But it's a strange one. I've got a feeling they went harder at Mason because he's a smaller guy with a smaller audience. Perhaps. Or I think it might be because it affected them personally, whereas my one affected. I think it might have. You might be right, Peter, but I think my one was more a Casey attack. I need to fix this mask. Elaine, can you like tell me what I can do to like get this bit of dirt off? Like, do I just paint it? Do I scrub it? What do I do? It looks kind of gross. Need to fix that. Okay.
I admire those guys. It's like some of those guys. Who's the guy with the fucking beard?
So here's a guy with a beard. So okay, the fact that he says I admire those guys. Who's that guy with the beard? It probably is Beardo. I highly doubt. Actually, now that I've just seen that the way they introduced the guy with the beard, it must be Beardo.
Too. That was like
Was he making fun of us for being gay or something?
Beardo, because that sounds like an angry Cajun thing to do. Did you ever make fun of them being gay? I'll wait. Crow going on about the fucking McRib. Is that just what Crow's been doing this whole time? TFK, Mushra, hello, how are you? Yeah, I was thinking of just using Tipex actually, but then I was worried that'd be like the wrong shade of white and it would look really like a bad bodge job if I did that. There he goes, just truth, yeah. They got my bull debunk mixed up with Cajun. I'm going nuclear at them. Okay, so they have got it mixed up. So it is Cajun. I can't see it. Yeah, I can't see that either. I think that's what I'm saying. It sounds like an angry Cajun. I think Colton meant Beardo and Tanner is thinking of angry Cajun. I think between the two of them, they got that mixed up. It shows that they're not really talking about this enough off camera to understand what the other's talking about. Right, okay. That does make more sense. Yeah, I think Colton was trying to bring up Beardo and then Tanner's bringing up Cajun.
No, he was. Well, I mean, everyone says that, but anyway. So he was super hyped up about like, honestly, I really love these guys and their videos when we were on the other channel.
Yeah.
Because everything was like super legit. And then one day he just saw a frame where there was a freaking hiccup in the camera because some ball rolled across the freaking den. And he goes, "This is it. I'm never watching them again." And it's like, and you got 10 more fucking videos like trying to debunk us. Yeah. And at the end of the day, no one gives a shit.
Yeah. No, even like Side Guy, like we were talking about, sorry, I cut you off. It's seasonal.
Yeah.
His content can't happen unless our content's being created. The whole channel's content's being created because that's like all he has.
And you know what?
He can't create it.
Yeah, so there was a compliment in there, but then it gets a little bit backhanded. But I will openly accept that that's a fair and valid point. If the ghost hunters, dodgy or fake or questionable or unethical or even just funny content doesn't exist, like there's no need for the side-eye guy, there's no need for Beardo, there's no need for Mr. World and Mr. Gray, there's no need for Crow Judas. Like, this community would be way smaller. How's it going, Ghost Wiener? Damon, how's it going? But we are here. You know what I mean? Like in a perfect world, no one, the news wouldn't be covering depressing, bad, gloomy news. It would just be like, the news networks would just be significantly smaller because we're all just going to talk about how great the world is. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that argument. Don't get me wrong that, we're here because of their content. That is true. But again, all said and done, we wouldn't be here if every single one of these ghost hunters did their job properly. You know what I mean? No one would watch us. No one would care. So I guess that's my own response to that. I can get where they're coming from, but like it seems like ultimately, if you start thinking about it, it's a bit of a redundant point to make.
About that, when you say stuff like that, guys like him and that other little dork that's trying to do this thing, he thinks we give a shit, right? when they go,
Colin, you so give a shit. Like, like you so give a shit. Like he's especially Colton is really struggling to control his emotions with this. Like he's, like I say, every time, like Tanner just looks like someone who's like, I mean, don't get, he said a few things, but he's way more chill. Colton here is so pissed. It's usually, I think anyway, always him that brings it back to that aggression towards Mason.
but when you say that and they hear this right now, they're probably going to be like, "Oh, I can't.
Yeah.
Well, yes, I can. You little fuck." Yeah, and I just,
you know how satisfied he is with himself that we had to take those videos down, and it wasn't because of any legal issues. Like we could keep them up.
Yeah,
no one was to do shit about it.
A family member literally gave us the contact who said this is happening.
So then they call them, and then they call me and say, "Hey, what the fuck happened?" And I'm like, "This is crazy, creating issues for."
Again, because we watched Mason's video, we got some more context for this. But if you're coming into this, because the majority of their fans have not watched Mason's video, they would have no fucking idea what they're talking about. Like none. No idea. They would just be like totally clueless on what they're talking about.
For me and my extended family, it's just not worth it.
No.
It's just, so we'll just take the videos down. Hopefully you guys got to watch them and enjoy them.
Yeah. What are we talking about? These videos, those specific videos, maybe, I mean, let's be honest. You want to talk about for business metrics here?
Yeah, it's nothing crazy.
We probably spent X amount of dollars to go and film it. And honestly, we didn't return.
We didn't make much at all. You could make the amount of hours you put into filming, editing, traveling, minus expenses, you can make more working at Panda Express an hour.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even being dramatic about it. Like, legitimately, when you square it all up, and over time, of course, they would have made more money, but not a lot. A few $100s over the next 6 months.
Unless our viewership absolutely popped, and we started doing like the super cinematic.
So listen, right. I think that video was like either at or close to 100,000 views when they when it was still on their channel. It was a 2-hour long video. Yeah, I'm not going to sit. I think they say at some point they made $1,200 on that video. That's US dollars. By my standards, that's a lot. That's a lot of money. It was around 100K. Yeah, that's what I thought as well. They're probably the most successful video. They obviously weren't going to be. I would assume they're not paying any. They're not paying any money to go to that location. Yeah, sure, they probably got to pay for maybe flights or car hire and all the rest of it. But like, I've done that. Whenever I go to America, that's just part and parcel of YouTube. I don't get the views that these guys get, but I just don't complain about it. I do it because I like doing it. Now, obviously, like, you know, I can't keep doing that if I can't afford to do it. You know what I mean? But I suppose I don't really understand, like, 100,000 views on a 2-hour long video. I would imagine the retention rate for that video is not great because it's a really difficult video to get through. But yeah, I would say that's a pretty good return. I think or $1,200 or whatever they said they made on that. I think at one point they say they spent $2,000. I'm like, you can't include camera equipment or ghost hunting equipment into that because that's an investment, because that's going to go on further for future videos. You know what I mean? Anyway, DKF Reviews, thank you so much for your $2. Thank God. Without you, without you, they'd be out of a job. Maybe, I'm not so sure about that, but I appreciate your $2. Appreciate you. Okay.
Thing, which honestly we want to do.
Yeah.
But you guys have begged for, sorry, not you guys, not all of you guys, it's a general statement, but like a lot of people have begged for like, we just want raw,
the real deal.
Real deal.
Yeah.
And what we found out over the years is that most people that are in the comments, they're not the ones that pay the bills. They think they are, but it's just, it's the people that jump on and they watch the channel for entertainment, you know?
We want to make shit for our real fans too.
Exactly.
And it sucks because this kind of shit's hindering us.
Yeah.
And when he says like pays the bills, some people are like, oh, it's about the money. Yeah, it is about the money, because if we don't make money, we can't travel and make these videos.
Yeah, I agree with that point. Like, I think people, I've had people throw that at me before. It's like, oh, it's about the money. I was like, it kind of is, guy. I've got kids. Like, you know, I can't, if I didn't have those responsibilities, then yeah, I'd probably, yeah, I exactly. When I go to America, I'm spending a fortune just on the flights to get to America. Like, you know, but like, making money on this stuff is very important. That's why your donations mean so much, especially when I get to go to America. It really does. Like, you know, the donations I got for my last trip to America made that trip profitable. So hopefully I'll be able to do it again in the future. If I go do that trip and it makes a huge loss, I don't think I can justify it again. So I can understand where they're coming from with that. And, you know, I think it is unfair to say it's all about the money. Like, as someone who does this, it is a business at the end of the day. You do need to make some money, but like, I would love to break down the figures of this, because 100,000 views at a location that's abandoned that you're not paying for. I'm sorry. I think you're making more. I know they've got to split everything 50-50. That is I'm assuming they split everything 50-50 between the two of them. I know that also comes into, you got to take that into consideration as well. But even still, they must have made money on that video. They must have made money on that video before they took it down, of course. Stu Farrell, thank you very much for your 16 months. Really appreciate it. I had no idea what's going on. Can you start again? Absolutely not. Got to keep up, my friend.
Because if not, I just have to work extra at my other job, extra at my other business to make more money for my family. So we can't just dick around and make videos and make no money. I'm not saying we got to get rich. If we wanted to be rich, we wouldn't be ghost hunting on YouTube.
But that's the thing. It's not our lives. We are not those guys. Like, that was old boy's life on the other channel.
Yeah.
You know, nothing in his life mattered more than freaking computer editing, filming, like, not to disparage anything, but like, legit, he has other things that he's not taking care of, so he can do that.
I think there's, speaking of the other channel, we started that like over 5 years ago, 6, 7.
Oh man.
Oh, I did.
I said 6. Watch out. No, you're right. You're probably right. It was 2018.
It was right before COVID.
It was.
I'm assuming they're talking about Mindseed there. Crow, thank you very much for your $5, my friend. You're doing really, really good. Thank you, man. That's really good of you to say. Ain't he a nice bloke? He's a nice bloke, isn't he? I need more whiskey. More apple juice. Thanks for saying that, mate. Okay. It's absolutely at the same time. Channels have out for entertainment right down the bottom underneath a mountain of text that says, yeah, 100%. Oh, okay, Kim, thank you very much for another €5. Really appreciate your support tonight, Kim. Thank you. Tell me it was fake and for money without saying it was fake and for money while lying at the same time. Just wait till you get where they're talking about the Mindseed. The Mindseed stuff's coming up next. Appreciate you. Thank you. Faking things means this whole story they fabricate. Yep. Misbehaving. Hello. I'm impressed that Seg is currently with the chat. I know, right? I'm missing a lot of chat. So, although I have an issue with Yasko saying for entertainment, that's not what he says in the video and the comments. No. The spell is working. It's slow. It's slow. It's as slow as crow, but it is working. So it's okay when you get an email about an account. I don't have scam, but I go through it because they also have to make money as logical than BS. I'm not sure I understand that. It's okay. So it's okay when I get an email about an account I don't have scam that I go through with it because they also have to make money. No. Well, no. What I'm saying is that in order for, I'm not saying, okay, try to, what I'm talking, I'm not saying, okay, I'm not sure if that's a criticism of me or not. I'm just going to try and like spell this out, or excuse me, not spell it out, but like explain my position further. I'm not talking about the legitimacy of this particular channel. I'm just literally saying, in a broader context, as a YouTuber, you have to do these investigation type videos. Take out of the equation whether someone's faking something or not, of course, just to make it profitable to justify doing it. That's what I'm trying to say. You can just go out like Joe Vitale will be the first to tell you that he doesn't make money on his videos. He does it for the love of the game. That's great. But you know, if you got, like for me, for instance, like, you know, I have to make it profitable to go, especially going to America, because it's so expensive. And, you know, that money, if it's not profitable, is money that's being taken away from my kids at the end of the day. So, yeah. I hope that makes sense. Crow, thanks very much for another $5. Appreciate you, mate. Thank you. He literally just said that Casey worked too much and has not taken care of his responsibilities. Cheers, mate. Mickey's fear. They will say so, and you can get, yeah, they hide the words. I caught mine to be faking. I showed it play by play. Don't use furniture that others have and known where the button is. Okay. No, absolutely, it does not. I happily out Colin and say that he was fake, but don't seem to realize that also includes them. I think even Casey, but yeah. Lol, they're deflecting hard. They don't even need to lie to their fans in order to pay the bills. Just do something else. Yeah. Well, this is the funny thing. They kind of come up with other ideas to try and make money, and like the ideas they come up with, again, we'll discuss it when they get to it. It's just so funny to me. It's working slow. Is not what the last stream says. Thank you very much, meme Empress. Slow by my standards. I need to pick up a bit. There were no bodies in case he found them, and now they're just throwing them under the bus. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. I had a feeling you were gonna. That was the case, sort of, Rican. Okay, all right, better. Oh God, I'm way behind the chat. Sorry, guys. Let me catch. Oh no, I'm not. I already called it down. I'm already down the bottom. Yeah, for entertainment doesn't excuse trespassing, defaming the dead, and making serious accusations against innocent people. 100%. I think they said exactly what that have no issues faking when they say, when they said this was niche, that was no one cares about. Yeah, I think they're trying to sort of say, like, you know, when pretty much what they're trying to say here is that, you know, we try to give it like a real, make it real, but no one cares when it's real. That's kind of the impression I'm getting. So like, but yeah, let's watch.
2018 when it first was an idea, and in 2019 was when we started filming videos. I did
a few with him,
but I was let's be honest.
Are we gonna start?
We may as well.
Okay.
Let's be honest. We may as well. So really, we're 9 minutes and 17 seconds into their video, and now they're actually going to talk about the Mind Seed stuff. How's it going, Lord Beagle? But Before that, it was just them slagging off debunk. It was 9 minutes and 17 seconds of them slagging off debunkers and kind of just rambling. Dizzy, I was quite literally just starting their video when this popped up. I wanted to watch this live. I don't know what they disclosed or what they said, but by them, did they say it was all fake? We're just about to get, excuse me, they kind of do. Yes, we're just about to get to that bit right now.
Was there for every single episode
From day
since
one.
the second you saw him. I was creative directing back end.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to burn anything out, but like, dude, there's been some side conversations, and we're in it. We're in a dude, like, I know I don't sound like it, but like part of my strengthening convictions around my faith, like I'm relinquishing all of this responsibility I have of keeping up a facade. Don't get me wrong. Do I believe in all this stuff? I absolutely do. The stories that I told you on this channel, like my first videos, those were absolutely 100% truthful. That was.
This is the problem, though, isn't it? It's like you're about to come out now and say, we were lying to you guys for God knows how long. There are people in the comment section of the video, like, disappointed that they were lied to. But now he's going to say, but yeah, that was all. A lot of that stuff with Mindseed and all the rest of it, that was bullshit. But the stories I told you here and there, they were true. I'm like, this is the problem here, guys. It is a little bit like once a liar, always a liar. Like, your reputation is everything. So on one hand, I am a little bit like, it's good that they're coming clean. It is good that they're coming clean. I don't want to, Ryan Bristol Paranormal, how's it going? I don't want to kind of like, because I don't want to like point my finger here and sort of say, you guys are a bunch of fucking assholes for it. I don't really want to be that guy, because all said and done, I think more YouTubers and bullshit ghost hunters, essentially, or untrustworthy, or you know, lying ghost hunters. I don't know how else to put that. Do need to come forward and say this is a good thing. That's the other thing as well. I know a lot of people are angry at these guys for some of the things they said about debunkers, but if we take our emotions out of this for a second, because someone has to take their emotions out of this, it is a good, like, you know, and take this objectively for what they're saying, especially this next section, before they go back into slagging off Mason and debunkers. This is a good thing, what they're going to do here. They're going to just come clean. And, you know, myself and I'm sure the majority of the 286 people watching this already knew that Mindseed was a load of bollocks. Entertaining bollocks, but bollocks. But you read the comments of this video right here, and there are people with a lot of likes on these certain comments saying, hey, I thought Mindseed were real, and I'm really disappointed that you're telling me it was all real, and I'm really upset by that. It's a duh thing for a lot of us, but like, you know, for them, this was like a huge revelation for them. This was a huge, like, you know, and disappointing, I'm sure, like, you know, unearthing for them, you know, an expose. And we do need that. We do need more of that. Like, you know, if one day Ryan or River or Wyatt have a falling out with the rest of them and say, you know, by the way, Twin Paranormal for the longest time was totally full of shit. The rest of us will go, well, no shit. But like, you know, we do need that, because we need people to wake up to this. You know, there's so many people that are drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm sure of the Twin Paranormal fan base, there's a sizable number that know it's bollocks and just watch it for, and somehow they find that entertaining. Like, I can understand the Mindseed argument of entertainment far more than Twin fucking Paranormal. But if that day ever comes, I don't ever want to be like there'll be a certain amount of, you know, they're still always once a liar, always a liar, I suppose. But I don't want to attack them so much, because I do think we need more people to do this. And they're only going to do that if people on our side are not going to be, ha, told you so, they're fuckwits, what a bunch of assholes. You know, that's not, in terms of the making the paranormal community, the paranormal space better, that I don't think that's a good approach, personally. Like, you know, I think we've got to be the bigger people here. So, like, I will give credit to Tanner and Coulter right now for what they're about to say. for finally getting the truth out there. It's not, and this truth, it isn't for us, it's for their fan base. We've got to remember that. There's more people involved here than just our fan base. And if the goal for our fan base is for more people to wake up to the truth, this is important. This is important. Rose Red, thank you so much for another donation. Thank you very much for the $4.99. Cheers to you. Appreciate you. But the stories they told were about mind seeds. So in fact, they were not true. I'm not sure I understand that. But the stories they told were about mind seeds. So in fact, they were not true. Yeah, they're saying that mind seed's fake. They outright say it. It's coming up now. I've just been ranting. Sandra BPHUK, thanks very much for being here. Yeah. I just want to make it clear, it's whiskey flavored coffee, but I can't really taste the coffee because I don't like coffee. It's really nice whiskey. Okay, let me get down to the bottom. Thank you very much, Snake Cat Mum, for becoming a member. Cheers to you. Big fat welcome to the Side Eye Guy Shit Show. Appreciate your support. Thank you. And Vlad Tepes, thank you so much for your gifted membership. If you got that gifted membership, please be sure to Vlad Tepes' second gifted membership here. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay. Whew. Okay, let's carry on with this.
Like a testimony of mine. That stuff absolutely exists. But when it comes to the stuff that we have done, and the things that I have found out, everything on the internet, I just don't buy it anymore. I could be in the room where they.
Yeah, this is the thing. I know. I just said I don't want to attack them for this, but you were directly a reason for that, though. You were part of the internet. The distrust on the internet. I know I don't want to sound like a hypocrite. I'm contradicting myself after what I just said. It can get a little bit frustrating hearing this at the same time. It's a delicate act I'm trying to balance here.
Pull the lottery.
Oh, by the way, before I carry on, thank you very much, Wendy, for a gifted membership. I believe that's your second gifted membership. Or is it the first? I can't remember. But thank you all the same. If you got that gifted membership, please be sure to thank Wendy J in the live chat. Cheers to you. It's absolutely apple juice, Holly J. Promise.
Balls out of the hopper, and I'm like, no, there's a guy with a shirt. Yeah. Don't care.
Well,
because I mean, even when that side conversation, some of the biggest videos on that channel before we got involved, I remember sitting there and I was asking. I almost said rip it. I don't care. Remember, I asked Casey one time because I'm trying to get on the dark web. I was on the Onion router. I was trying to access something. Go, hey man, do you have any good marketplaces where I can find some cool stuff that you can't get in America? Da, 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 da. And he's like, what do you mean? And I was like, so when you'd made that dark web mystery box video, where did you go to find all that stuff? And it was in that moment, 2 years into us being involved with that channel, Mindseed, that he tells me, bro, I've never even been on the dark web. I edited and made all those prompts on Microsoft to make the video, and I bought all that stuff at Goodwill and I put it in a box. And that's the biggest video on the channel.
Yeah. That's what made the shit pop. Good for him.
So, again, I would argue that Beardo's videos, Mr. Gray's videos, my videos have already beyond the Shapes videos have already beyond the shadow of a doubt. Probably Crow Judas as well. I'm not sure if you've ever covered Mindseed before. I'm sure you have, Crow. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, already proved that Mindseed were fake. But again, maybe after this video finishes, we can read some of the comments and you can see exactly what I mean. they've just openly said it. Like, so none of the Mindseed fans now can ever come at us, because I got so much aggression from the Mindseed fans. I really should get an apology from a lot of those Mindseed fans. A lot of them are like super right wing, like super right wing, and like I got called like, oh, I'm like this woke cuck, fuck boy, whatever you want to call it. I got called all sorts of weird shit, which I was like, that's just literally got nothing to do with the video. I don't know what you're coming at me with, like what this is about. But that's what a lot of their fan base is like, because I think that's a lot like what Casey in particular is like, and for the sounds of things, perhaps Colton. I don't really know, but that's the feeling I get. I think Vito deserves it. I think all of us who kind of like, exposed Mindseed deserves an apology from a lot of their fans, because it's now here. It wasn't, honest to God, it already was 100% proven. It really was. But now we're literally hearing it from them. Their fans do owe us an apology. The ones who were really aggressive. But there it is, guys. Like, Casey's biggest video on Mindseed, which is when he did like a divot box type, or something, a box that he opened from the dark web. He just said he went to I think he said Goodwill, and just bought a bunch of shit and faked the whole thing. That's what they're saying is the biggest video on their channel. If Mindseed are doing it, guys, the rest of them are more than likely doing it too. Vlad Tepes, thank you so much for your gifted membership. Another gifted membership. Really appreciate you. Big fat cheers. If you got that gifted membership, please be sure to thank Vlad Tepes in the live chat. Really appreciate your support, my friend. Oh. God damn, I'm getting through this a lot quicker than I was expecting. Thank you so much. Hey, thank you so much, Shell Dust, for the 5 gifted memberships. If you got one of those 5 gifted memberships, please be sure to thank Shell Dust in the live chat. Appreciate you. Thank you. And Frankly Exposed, thank you so much for your gifted membership. You got that gifted membership. Please be sure to thank Frankly Exposed in the live chat. Oh. Okay, it's going to turn out to be one of those nights, isn't it? Thank you so much. Hey, awesome. You got the gifted membership. Thank you. Thanks for saying that. The same people think pro wrestling is real. The same dipshits that think that ghost hunting videos are real, especially those ghost hunting videos. Yeah. If I went to sip with Seg, I'd wake up in the bin. I really can't afford to be hungover tomorrow, but it's going that direction at this rate. But it's paranormal. It's simple. They need to take criticism like every other creator. What happened between them and Casey is their problem. I love the community, family, and Seg. Man, you're awesome. I love everything you're doing. Your honesty and truth, man. Thanks very much, Patrick. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thanks for saying that. It's very kind of you. I'm calling BS. There's no way he is working with them for 2 years, and that was the first time he found out that. Oh no, yeah. Oh, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, no, Rose Red. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, Colton's trying to make out that's the first time he realized. They talk about this a bit more, like the dynamic, especially Tanner does. It gets really interesting, the dynamics between that. But yeah, that's a really good point, Rose Red. Yeah. Yeah, I guess also it's another thing as well with those fans. I mean, they're not going to apologize to us because they should have already seen what we had to say, and there's no way to defend them. But defend them they did, at least in my comment section. Yes, you know what, Beardo? Me too. Me too. My first death threat also came from a Mindseed fan. Yes. Yes, me too. That's a really good... I didn't think of that, but you're right, yeah. And then Sam and Colby fans. The energy... Because I remember at the time, like, I did the Mindseed video, and then soon after came the Sam and Colby Bel Air house thing. The the energy between those fan bases is very different. You have these like real heavy right wingers, and then these like Sam and Colby teenagers who get really angry at you. Yeah, I've had Mindsy fans come at me before. I didn't even debunk them. They said they were just said they were full of shit. I might even re-upload my old Mindsy videos to see if the comments from their fans have changed now. That'd be interesting. Yeah, that would be interesting. I'm a Mindseed fan, but I stopped watching them since they stopped filming. But I'm with you 100%. Much love. Oh, thanks very much, Patrick. Bloody hell, Beardo. How many deaths? Yeah, I reckon Beardo's had a fair share. I reckon Beardo's like categorizes his, like the severity. It's probably about 7 to 10 different categories on just how severe the death threats are for Beardo. I know I shouldn't laugh about it, but, you know, we take power back in laughing about these things. Nana Seg's totally diabolical. Just ask Crow. Not wrong. Meme Express Empress, thank you very much for your 199. Need a top up. Okay. Okay, how far behind the chat am I? I'm really far behind the chat. Sorry, guys. I'm going to have to skip a whole bunch. Shocking how long we fought for their content, and now they finally come clean and still end up attacking people. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Excellent point. Space Chief, I just want to know if it was Casey or Colton that dragged Tanner across the floor in one of their videos. I think they talk about the floor dragging thing, don't they? I think they do. I have to keep my ear out for that. Yeah, I think they were my second death threat too. Beardo, we're bonding. We're bonding over our death threats. Still haven't had a death threat over a year. Yeah. You're too nice, though, Dan. I'm saying too nice like it's a bad thing. No one could really be too... Well, you can be too nice, I suppose. Hey, JD2948. Thank you very much for your $20. It has been a while. Thank you very much. Appreciate you for your 20 Australian. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. As someone who went to a wrestling school, the physical is real but orchestrated entertainment using your body, much like physical comedy. But remember, telling an exaggerated story that draws people in. 100%. Yes. Again, thank you very much for that $20. Really appreciate you. Okay. Okay. Wait a minute. I just saw Sarah saying, good point, pocket watch. So I'm going to try and find that comment. I think it's this one here. Not noticing things are fake and you are the creative director. That's an excellent point. He did say creative director and he didn't know things were fake for 2 years. Excellent point. There are a few I watch for entertainment knowing that they are not getting real evidence. Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. Okay. All right. Okay. Crow, are you not concerned? Say he's going to cheat on you after starting staring at his lips. Oh, someone can't, I'm now worried you're all looking at my mouth. Me too nice. The fuck, you smelled my pint. You fucking spilled my pint. I hope so. Is it working? This curse is really kicking in now. I don't think they talk about the demon dragging Tanner. You don't think they do? Okay. All right, maybe they don't then. I thought they did, but okay. Oh no, Cone got competition from Beardo. Oh god. Thanks very much for the for the 199. Appreciate you. Yeah, being the creative director and not knowing that fake, so either lying or the dumbest, like a really bad creative, not so creative director. I mean, surely Casey's the creative director with that. Thanks. All right. Okay. Let's watch the video. Jasmine. Jesus. Okay.
You know what? But that's the thing. Just so you guys know,
he's a creative person that
this is the thing, and I'm relinquishing, and I'm not trying to burn anybody out. Those videos have made their money, whatever. He's on a different content stream. He doesn't care about whatever he does. Boo. So,
sorry, I know I'm only playing like tiny bits of the video. Like we've only got through 11 minutes, but I think that is really interesting. I'm going to replay that bit actually. Wait a second.
Relinquishing, and I'm not trying to burn anybody out. Those videos have made their money, whatever. He's on a different content stream. He doesn't care probably, whatever. And if he does, boo. So,
if he does, but so there's obviously a very, very big falling out between these guys and Casey. Holly's Haunt, Seventh Haven, thank you very much for your $3 super sticker. Appreciate you. Thank you. There's obviously a very big falling out because that sort of attitude of boo-hoo kind of thing, they're obviously doing this without talking to Casey first. They're just outing Casey here. Again, I've got no problem with that because fuck him, he's fake. But I find that really interesting. That attitude. And it's, again, all coming from Colton. But, like, clearly, and to be fair, I never watched I think they made a video on why they really left Mindseed or why Mindseed left them or whatever. I never watched the video. I'm pretty sure I've seen the title or the thumbnail. But I find that really, really interesting. That their attitude was just, oh, he doesn't care. And if he does, Casey probably doesn't mind I'm saying all this, but if he does, boo-hoo, who cares? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's really, really interesting to me. Everyone stop talking about my fucking mouth. Jimmy, you were right. We talked about that soon, a reference to him dragging. Okay.
regardless, the thing that you can't take away from him is that he's a genius editor. He does.
Okay, I don't know about the word genius, but he is a very good editor. Like the Mindseed editing was very good, very good.
Have that super hyper creative thing about him, and he produces really good stuff. I mean, we gave him shit for spelling in like the revision that he should have probably done in title screens in the past. But other than that, like, even when he wasn't feeling like it, he could crank out a good episode because he figured out a formula and he entertained the shit out of you guys for years. Now,
and us.
I mean, we had fun. Don't get me wrong, dude. You have no idea.
I was just gonna say another truth bomb.
Mm-hmm.
When I was hired with Mindseed TV, then you came in. You were on the first episode, like right away. You were in the background and stuff. But when I was first approached about it, I didn't have any experience with paranormal.
See, and this is the part that I love.
That's just the truth. And
I love this because of all the things that happened and how this all fell together between you and Casey, I was the guy.
Yeah.
Like, I have seen every fucking show. I have been there. I have went to the
You had vastly more experience.
I grew up on Indian Burial Ground. Like, all these things
grew up on Indian Burial Ground. Ingwe, how's it going? You know what? I was going to say something about Colin, but I think I'm going to save it for a little bit later in the video. I'll sort of say now, a lot of this, Colton very much comes across to me as someone who really likes to overinflate his own ego, way more than Tanner. But you're going to see this a little bit later. Like, Colton just seems to be kind of, he knows everything. He's great at everything. He's really good at, he's his own biggest fan. That's very much the feel I get of Colton during this.
was interested in. Like, family was like, had some crazy ties, crazy stuff happens in my life. I don't believe in coincidences at all. And like, I do believe in the paranormal. I know 1,000% that it exists. Now, does it exist at a capacity where every single time you walk into a building and you go into the kitchen of a haunted house, like the knife's going to come and fly and hit the wall behind you? No, it's not real. That's not real.
Yeah.
But as far as like some of the stuff that happens cerebrally and like, you know, the disembodied voice stuff, like the things moving or like being where they shouldn't be, like stuff like that. That's 1,000% real. Things affecting your like energy or emotions, like putting you into a state.
There's been a few places we've been where it messed with my head.
For sure.
100%.
But that's
and I went in there
can't see on
thinking
camera.
full well, nothing's gonna happen.
Bullshit. Yeah.
Nothing's gonna happen. It's all
One
bullshit.
thing I will
Stupid
say
bullshit.
that I do like about like this whole evolution of being involved in content. Like I've never been like a fearful person, but like, dude, man, it's nothing, dude. The only thing that you can scare me with is if you threaten like a family member directly, and even then, I'm a way gnarlier than you think I am, guys. Just a reminder.
Yeah.
Okay, check the rap sheet, dude. I'm just saying.
Very good point, Beardo. The amount of hate we have got for just sort of saying the shit that they're saying here is insane. Tanner, for all his critiques, seems reasonable. Colin is getting... yeah. That's a good comparison. Yeah. Totally agree. Well, we got the burial ground evidence. True. Yeah. Riddle with burials. Check the rap sheet. Check the rap sheet.
I've gotten to a point where like no one really understands like the deeper parts of it, where it's like, and I've said it so many times in intimate situations, or like fans that approach me ask me, yeah, fuck the moving objects, fuck the haunted houses, fuck the haunted locations, the this, the that.
Remember at one point when Colin was saying, oh, because I'm a Christian, I don't like swearing so much, but I'll make an exception here because it was about Mason. Just thought that was interesting. It might be worth bringing up right now.
Like, what about like the exposure to fucking shit we don't know, the wild animal aspect, the being out there by literally ourselves, you know, being run down by people that we don't know, like we don't even know we're being pursued, like
couple legal issues
here and there, and then you got some little fucking pussy trying to dox your phone number, a phone number on a piece of paper.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get them.
Yeah,
they're gonna.
Just want to say, the phone number on the piece of paper. I'm so jealous that Mason caught that and I didn't. That was brilliant. So if I think, Mason, he got to play like, no, that's what investigative journalism is. Like, that's genuinely fucking impressive. Like, how dare you try and fucking get to the truth?
They're not going to make $1,100 on this video that costs $2,000.
Yeah.
Here you go, $1,100 for a video that costs $2,000. I'm sorry. How is that video costing 2,000 American dollars? I mean, again, I know I'm just me. It's just solo and all the rest of it. But like, you can't include your camera equipment or ghost hunting equipment into that, because that's an investment for the overall broader thing of the channel. If you're going to talk about what it costs to make that particular video, if you're saying $2,000 went into, because you're not paying for, you're probably going to pay for a hotel, I'm assuming. My advice would be, that's what I do, go to cheap hotels. But you're not paying for the location, which could easily for a paranormal location be like $500+. That's $400 to $500 is like usually the kind of lower end of this stuff. But like, if you're saying domestic flights, bear in mind, I fly international often, domestic flights and car hire, and then food and all the rest of it. If that is costing $2,000, because $1,100 guys, that's pretty fucking good. Like for our standards, that's pretty good. Like, I think they've been spoilt by Mindseed. I think that's a big part of this. Mindseed was massive. These guys have still achieved over 100,000 subscribers. Now, listen, I understand, like, maybe they live far apart. Maybe they're not able to film content that often. Maybe what they're doing right now is more what they should be doing to try and gather more money doing these cheaper podcast style episodes, or as they're going to say later, they're going to come up with other ideas on how to make money. But maybe that is what they got to do a bit more and gather up money that way, and then spend more money on going out and doing all investigating. But if that video made $1,100 US, that's good, guys. That's good. And if that's not good enough for you, I don't know what to say to you. You've got to kind of graft a little bit. Like I said, you can't count the camera equipment and ghost hunting equipment. That's just an overall investment for all the videos on your channel. You can't use that money and then just offset it on one video. That's a broader thing for everything in your channel. And I would say if the video costs you $2,000 to make, which considering it's an abandoned location, minimize your expenses. You know, make sure you're going for the cheapest car hire. Make sure that you're going to the cheapest hotels. Make sure that you just find that you make it as cheap as possible. That's what I do. Whenever I go to America, I make it as cheap as possible. The only thing I kind of like spend my money on is food, because I like the food. I like the terrible food in America. I like coming back from that country being 2 belt sizes bigger than I was when I got there. Mason, thank you very much for your $4.99, my friend. Appreciate you. You especially, I'm sure, will appreciate this. Cheers. Thank you, my friend. They legitimately believe I'm the villain in this story. The lack of self-awareness is shocking. Oh, completely. Completely. Again, guys, a lot of these criticisms, especially come from Colton, is from Mason of the Paranormal Engineer. Subscribe to his channel. He's going to be reacting to this video very much from the perspective of why they are attacking him and his response to that. So that's going to be very interesting. The reason I'm doing this right now is just because I just broadly want to talk about this stuff. Witchy Poo, thank you very much for your gifted membership. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Appreciate you, Witchy Poo. If you got that gifted membership, please be sure to thank Witchy Poo in the live chat here. Thank you. Okay. Yes, that's the video right there. Thank you very much, Elaine Baker. When you're done with my video, please go watch this video of Mason's. It explains a lot and explains why they're so angry. Okay.
I'm just going to sit here and lose followers. And I'm going to put all my time, because I have literally no prospects in life for any other thing. Look at the guys. Do you think there's ever been a girl that walked up and said, hey, I think you're so handsome? No, never. Never in their lives.
Yeah, this is where it does get really quite silly and petty. Debunk the junk. How's it going? The level of hypocrisy and gaslighting is mind-boggling. For-profit paranormal has the bottom line, and that bottom line has nothing to do with truth-seeking validity. Thank you. Hey, no worries, man. So, yeah, I mean, like, I think it's... my mum thinks I'm handsome. Actually, I was going to say something there about... I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say it. I don't want to say anything that's talking about Mason's personal life, but just a ridiculous thing to say. It really is. It's such a unnecessary thing to say, because Mason didn't go. It really, like, he's really showing how emotional he is right here. Like, he genuinely needs to, like, focus on, you know, having some level of control of his emotions here. Mason kept it. I mean, he might have, like, said some things about where they stand ethically, but it's not personal. Mason's not talking about their looks, their family, their romantic prospects, like, you know, ad hominem attacks. It's about the ethics of their video and how they conducted themselves and all that sort of good stuff. It really did go off the deep end. It really did. I think that particular one was aimed at just Mason, but he does later talk about, like, debunkers as a whole. Like, oh, guys, there's still worse than this to come.
But yeah,
You know?
to bring it back.
Sorry.
No, what I was talking about was...
So, you know, that's funny there. I'll just quickly say this. So Tanner's laughing at Colton, but he then instantly says, to bring it back to. He is not indulging in this. He is not escalating that. He is trying to keep it on point. And it is... Tanner says some things about Mason and debunkers at the beginning, but every time Colton goes off on that little tangent about Mason or debunkers, it's usually Tanner who tries to get things back on course. But like, considering this should have been about exposing the truth or, you know, all that kind of stuff, this video is aimed at slamming debunkers.
That I was hired on with Mindseed as a paid actor.
Yeah.
That's just what my position was.
We know this because we saw that in my video. Mindseed hire actors. They hire actors. That's what they're known to do. So that's an interesting revelation there. Here are a few ways you can support SEG's channel. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment, consider becoming a member. Thank you very much, JAFO graduate. Appreciate you saying that. Yes, absolutely, guys. If you don't have the money to support the channel, that's absolutely fine. I know times are hard and all the rest of it. Hitting the like button, just watching the channel, hitting the notification bell, watching my videos, it really, really helps. So, yeah, thanks very much for saying that. I appreciate you.
For employment and tax purposes, that's what it was. That's just a fact. So
do you also remember the beginning when you and Casey were like having the conversation and like,
I didn't know what was up yet.
well, exactly.
I was like, so
He
what
was
the
like-
fuck?
He goes, so what's real and what's not? And he was asking on behalf of me because I was there, guys. I was there the whole fucking time. I was there the whole
Literally, the mirror episode 1.
episode 1.
You were the one driving the truck.
I was driving the truck.
Yeah.
I was there, dude. A lot of these like hiccups in the filming or whatever else. Like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? That was all me.
Yeah.
I'm talking and like.
Also, I think it's really interesting. There's no apology. They don't ever apologize to their fans for misleading them. Again, I think it's almost Midwest Ghost Hunter level obvious that they're fake, but people really believed it. No apology.
Like, let's just get real. Why don't we get real right now? I had a backpack with anything you could possibly imagine. I have used bubble gum, duct tape, fucking
If
electric garage door openers. Like,
Yeah.
I've used everything under the sun, and I used to have a lot of fun doing it. But I remember when we first had one of that first investigation, you asked him, or like we go in on that first like film trip. You're like, yeah, so like how much of the stuff is legit? And he had an order said, he goes, to be honest with you, it's like 80% bullshit, 20% real.
I said, okay.
Okay.
80% bullshit, 20% real. Yep, he's describing everything they use for faking. Yep. Garage. I'd be interested to know which video the garage door opens by itself. Yeah.
He goes,
I didn't
I'm
know
not trying
shit.
to crush your boy's heart, though. I'm not trying to ruin
Yeah.
your boy's idea of what this
Well,
is.
no, and I feel the same way about any fans we've gotten over the years. Like, I think a lot of people are just in it for entertainment.
Dude,
Just like we kind of talked about off camera, like art.
I would say there is a proportion of people that are into it just for entertainment. I know I watch Mind Seeds, much like I do Ghost Adventures and Midwest Ghost Hunter for entertainment. But they must have read the comments and known full well that there is a sizable number of people that think this stuff is real. They must have known that. To ignore that is extremely naive. They must have known it. We fucking knew it.
Our channel is categorized by YouTube and is officially an entertainment channel.
but also
Our video is
looking
to
at an
entertain.
aspect of anything else that is like staged or has any sort of theatrics in it, right? Like, say this is just something popping in my head, a UFC fight. Like, I know you guys are killers. I know you guys train. I know you guys are about to fuck each other up. Okay.
Yeah.
Do I believe that every time you go to weigh-ins, there's like some? No.
No.
Do I believe that all of the beef that you guys manufacture?
You had a
for hype
better
is real?
example.
Huh.
The magic show.
Oh yeah,
You go to Penn and
that's another
Teller.
if you go to freaking Lance Burton or Penn and Teller or anything, like from now on, especially with the channel, just think about it what it is. You would
I just want to, because we all know what he's going to say. He's going to make a comparison of. He's going to make a comparison of. I don't know who Lance Burton is, but I know who Penn and Teller are. Penn and Teller are very open that magic isn't real. Like most magicians are not saying magic is real. It's called a trick. Trick by definition isn't that of the supernatural. So this isn't a very good example because almost every magician is very open that it isn't real. It's a trick. And you trying to figure out the trick stumps you. There's no such thing as magic. But what these guys were doing was saying there is such a thing as ghosts. It isn't a good analogy. It isn't. They think it is, but it isn't a good analogy at all. It's called a trick. Yes, sleight of hand or, sleight of hand illusions. Yes, exactly. Yes. I don't know. I think they're pretending to be naive, to be honest with you, Dan, but I don't know.
never buy tickets to a magic show and expect the magician to just show up and be like, here's how I do my tricks before you guys go in, though.
Yeah.
Before you guys go in, actually, as we do our tricks, what we're going to do is I'm going to stop and I'm going to show you how I'm doing it.
Some do that, by the way. Some literally do that. I've seen magic shows where they do tell you how they do it. Darren Brown has done that. I've watched a whole show. Darren Brown, brilliant. I watched a live show with Darren Brown, and he literally, at the end of the show, reveals, like, I would say 80 to 90% of everything he did, how he did it, how he influenced all the people he influenced, the psychological techniques he used to influence people. So that does happen, actually. Not always, sure. There's some magicians who don't reveal their tricks. Absolutely, there is. But a lot of them, some of them do. But all said and done, they're saying it's a magic trick. Emphasis on trick, illusions.
Every step of the way.
It's sticky.
Well, and a lot of the stuff, it does require skill and talent, and even you could call it real if you want to call it that, whatever. But I do want the audience to know, obviously, there was times when I felt absolutely terrified. We were in places that I was not familiar with, and I was scared of multiple things. The police, the paranormal, the fucking hillbillies that were going to kidnap us and eat us, and like all the random shit we encountered in the South. So the fear is real.
Yeah.
Not every single solitary thing that was shown was.
No.
And it sucks to say, and it's tough, but like we kind of said in the past, like a few minutes, paid actors,
Yeah, dude.
and then we brought you on. Well, we were always on, but brought you on to the camera side of things. It made you like the cameraman.
Yeah.
And I think that was more so just to like put some more money in your pocket, give you a more official
Any
role and title
at all.
Yeah.
Well,
in the beginning too, I was making dog shit money as well. Especially now that I understand the economics of a YouTube channel.
Oh, for sure.
We really, season 1, it was like our first record deal. Yeah. When you're like, the guys from that band made how much? How is that fucking possible? It was like that kind of scenario.
For sure. But it's like, and again, it's like the idea of there were times where
I like the cat. The cat's the best part of the video. W for the cat.
Sticky.
There were times when it felt like generosity, but like ultimately at the end of the day, it was just conscription. It was like we had to put things off to do a thing.
Yeah, I started to feel like
other shit like going on, but then there was really no growth, and then it was a hyper emotional, like whether I feel like it or not, sort of content output upload.
Hyper emotional
situation. And we're like, well, fuck, like, don't get me wrong, it was good, but
when it was good, it was great.
It was
That's
like,
for sure.
when it was good, it was great. Yes, but it was like as soon as it was great, there would be feelings where it's like, but I do.
When it was always so fun. Like I enjoyed the trips a lot.
They have a very different. It's very, Tanner is coming at this glass half full during their Mind Seed days. There's clearly something that has happened with Colton and Casey, where Colton just doesn't. He doesn't look back on those days anywhere near as fondly as Tanner. Like, it's very, very palpable. It's very obvious that their timeline here doesn't add up. Tanner was aware of Colton being brought in, but Tanner was brought in. Like, yeah, that's a really good point. As a paid actor for them, I don't know, was he just trying to say that Colton was only behind the scenes at that point? I'm not sure. It's 9 a.m. Went damn drunk now. And your favorite, yeah. Kim, thank you so much for your €5. Another €5. Extremely kind of you. Thank you. Thank you. Ooh. Excuse me. Didn't Casey show proof of how much they got paid while also showing how much he paid out of pocket and what? Yeah, I think he might have done, actually. I'm also pretty sure that Colton said on Casper's side, I think was it Colton or was it Casey? Or because I think there was an interview. Wasn't there an interview with Colton and Casey on Casper's site? Correct me if I'm wrong here, guys. And Colton then said it was all 100% legit. Again, I don't want to be that guy because, all said and done, it's good that they're coming clean now. That is important. I really want that to be drilled home. Like, I don't want this to be like, oh, fuck these guys. They're all, once a fake, always a fake. Yeah, there's an element of truth to that. But I do think we need to, applaud them for coming clean right now. I really do. But I'm pretty sure that was a thing. I'm pretty sure. Here we go. There was an interview on Casper's site. They were showing off the mystery box that caused the fuss. Okay.
Like, enjoyed making the content a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to kind of make it clear to the audience, like, that's what it is. That's what our past was. And the new channel you guys have seen, we kind of give you what we thought the audience was wanting.
Yeah.
In more pure, real, not over the top, not overly produced, just.
Is Tanner here? I'm going to pause the video a little bit just to make sure if Tanner's here. Scrolling up to see if I can find a Tanner. Hopefully your handle is Tanner, because if it isn't, certainly ain't going to be Biff. Oh. We have been thoroughly entertained by your content, Seg. You seem good, reasonable dude. Appreciate that. Tanner, you're welcome to come on if you want to. I would like to finish your video here. Can I ask, the comment at the beginning, was that in reference to the Mind Seed video I made, or was that in reference to the Haunt Media video I made, or both? I'm just more because we were kind of debating that earlier. Also, when you talked about the bearded fella at the beginning, was that Beardo or was that Angry Cajun? But guys, I'm going to say this now. I can already see that people have been like, be nice. As someone who has been in a very aggressive live stream, in the Lion's Den or someone's live stream who didn't like me, I don't want anyone ever coming into my chat feeling that way, because it's not a nice feeling. So I think those of you who follow my channel for a while know exactly the live stream I'm talking about. I don't want that to be the case here. I know there's a lot of us that are going to disagree with some of the stuff that Tanner said, but I do want to emphasize, like I said earlier, it's very good that they've come clean. It is good. Ultimately, this is what our community should be striving for. So criticism, I think, is fine. I'm not saying you can't ask questions and criticism, but I just want it to be kept respectful, please. Okay? But Tanner, once we're done here, if you would like to come on and have a chat, you're welcome to. I don't know how the fuck to do that, but we can figure something out, I'm sure. Oh, wait a minute. And what you're going to realize is how oh God, it's going to be a lot of. I'm going to have to go back into this and read all these comments. I am shite at keeping up with the live chat. Both I believe, and to be honest, we never heard of any bearded person. I think Colt might have said that. Okay, all right, fair enough. In all honesty, even though your criticism you seem like, yeah, I think we've been saying that as well here, Matt. I know you're probably not going to want to say anything about your mate Colton, but you definitely seem the more reasonable. Definitely. You, and we can see this, very much kept this live stream on track, because I think if both of you had the same energy as Colton, it would have just been a slagging off Mason and debunkers for 30 straight minutes. Engineer, to clear the air, we 1000% had permission to be at both locations. I swear to you, I believe there was some serious miscommunication within those families. Well, this is interesting. Tanner, you have to prove it. I'm in contact with the family and all of the extended family, so you need to explain how this happened. Oh yeah, can we get out who? I'm pretty sure that gets brought up at some point in this. Can we? Who dragged you, Tanner? Who hurt you, Tanner? Who dragged you, Tanner? Who dragged you across the floor? That is like one of the most iconic Mind Seed moments, isn't it? I like to make it 100% clear because it was mentioned many times in your video that there are people who give a shit to the paranormal investigation. Here's another question I've got for you, actually, Tanner. I hope, and honestly, if you don't want to come on, that's perfectly reasonable. No worries, like no shame. I'm not trying to say shame, but you know, there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. Can I ask? Are you surprised by? Because I've been reading the comment section of the video you uploaded. Are you surprised how many people thought that Mind Seed was real? Like, did you guys really think that most people or everyone thought it was for entertainment? Because there's been a lot of comments where people seem to be really kind of hurt and disappointed that Mind Seed wasn't legit, and like myself and people, you know, on our side of things are a little bit surprised by that because we think it's very obvious. But there are some people. Are you surprised by the number of people that in your comment section that thought it was legit? It was all over the phone, dude. I don't have proof anything. To be fair, I removed the videos out of respect. Because right now it looks very clear that you trespassed and defamed the family. They were very upset how you betrayed their father who passed less than a year ago. Like I said, Colton is far too emotional. I'm going to watch the videos. But Colton also truly believes that he is smarter than he really is. Like there is some illusionists that can't fool anybody. I mean, it could be as simple as some people give permission and they really shouldn't have. Okay. And I was like, try to. Yeah. Mate, there we go. To be honest, I've been overwhelmed with the support and love I've seen in the comments. There have been some deleted comments though, Tanner. Like a lot of people have said that. You're right, Tanner. You don't have to prove, but if you don't, all the evidence points to the opposite. Okay. Honestly, the best policy when I watched Mindseed for over the years, so stupid as I thought it was real until I saw a few things that didn't make sense, and I stopped watching. I had no idea. Oh shit! I had no idea he even trespassed. To be honest, my only regret is accidentally leaving identifying information in the video. That phone number, I just missed it in editing. Just so you know, Seg is known for being fair and we don't attack. He had mediums on here and know they're friends with Seg to come onto his chat often. All right, let's watch a bit more of this. Oh, wait a minute. Just so I say that. I've deleted like 5 comments mainly because they were accusing me of doing something illegal, which I did not do. When public-facing comments have legal implication, I delete them. All right. Okay. Yep. Okay. No, a little bit. A little bit. It's midnight on my end now. I'm in the witching hour, apparently been long story. What the family was dealt with your narratives and investigations is excusable, however. Tanner, are you surprised that everyone has been polite even in questioning you here? You probably have no idea the hate we received from Mindseed fans. That's very good. I'll say this, Tanner. Like, again, what I'm about to say here isn't your fault, Colton's fault, or Casey's fault. Like, this isn't aimed at you, but it's like Beardo and I both kind of were discussing it. Well, I was discussing this, and Beardo said he had the same experience in the live chat here. The first unaliving threat, I fucking hate YouTube. Unaliving threat, both of us had were from Mindseed fans. Engineer, we literally made that as part of the story. I thought he had just relocated. So what have we made up here? Again, Tanner, let me know. We can figure out a way. But if you would like to come on, we can even pause the video here and watch it a bit later. Or I can watch it with you. But you're welcome to come on. You don't have to. Like I said, I'm just going to extend that. I'm not sure if you responded to that because I'm so shy for keeping up with the thing. But you are welcome to come on if you want to explain or answer questions. And that might, if that's easier for you to say it rather than type it. I appreciate everyone being kind. Navigating this whole thing and YouTube is generally tough. You guys know this in the content creators. I've actually have talked about that. Well, I can appreciate that. Yes. No, not really, Dan. No, they weren't. That we need to know if you have mayo on your hot dog. That's the real pressing question we have here, Tanner. Colt as well. Okay. Well, you're both welcome. We might come on. Me and Carl both like your stuff. Okay. How the hell do I do that? I talk a big game, but now I don't know how to fucking do that. How are you on Insta, Tanner? Is that absolutely not to the Instagram thing? That's fair enough. That's the easiest one. Or an email or something. I can send you a link. I'm going to play a little bit of the video while I'm waiting to hear back from you.
Investigations. Yeah. And they've done okay. Some have done better than others, that's for sure. I think the area we're lacking in is editing, because that's...
Oh, don't. Discord? Jesus, that's going to be a real pain in the ass. I am on Discord, but fuck me. Okay. Hold up. Bear with me, guys, while I try and figure this all out. Jesus fuck. Notes. There we go. Copy link. Well, I'm absolutely got that in common with you there, Tanner. Fuck mayo on hot dogs. Jesus Christ. Oh, that's fucking so disgusting. Right, Tanner, I don't know. Oh, you have no idea. You don't know the half of it. The total depravity. Yeah, Tanner, I don't know. If you're on... I'm not sure if you'd want to... This is the trouble. Have you got an email or something you can send me? Or, yeah, if you've got a... You know what, actually, I'm going to just send... Hold up. Yeah, are you on Discord? Link for your Discord, an email address. I just need to figure out a way to send you into this link. Okay, I've just sent the link to Sarah. Actually, I might send it to Candy as well, because Candy is in Discord. Oh, Candy's already messaged me on Discord. Oh, he's saying he's... okay. Facebook as well? All right, give me a minute. Oh, bloody hell. Can't see a message from... I've got an embarrassingly... I'm so embarrassingly behind on my... By the way, everyone who has messaged me on Facebook, I'm really sorry. But I am embarrassingly behind. Schedule come... Okay, you said you could schedule come on a later date. Yeah, no worries, man. We could do another later date. I'll be happy to talk to you about it. Wait a minute. Give me a sec. If you do, I don't know. If we can make that happen, yeah, that's cool. They said about later day. Okay, all right. Okay, that's all good. All right, we'll just carry on then. DKF reviews, thank you so much. I'll read out, if you want to stick around on the live chat here though, Tanner, I'll try and read out your message as best you can. It's only fair that you can have your say back to what we're saying here. Absolutely. DKF reviews, thank you very much for your $5. Cheers to you. Jesus fuck, I'm getting through way too much of this. Tanner was my late wife's favorite out of Mindseed crew back in the day. She's passed before she got to see the new channel. Oh, rest in peace for your wife there, DKF reviews. I'm very sorry to hear that. Okay, all right. We're very sorry for your loss, mate. I think I missed this one before as well. The only con to Crow, don't get me. Only con to Crow. How about is you should see the private messages Crow sends me on Instagram. You wouldn't believe the cons. Oh my God. The depravity. You have no idea how depraved that guy is before he starts sending you like the reels he finds on it. Like, your algorithm is the most fucked up algorithm I've ever seen in my life, Crow. How you like my algorithm doesn't find the shit you find. Anyway, cheers, meme Empress. I have to fill that up again. Woo! Okay. All right. Okay, let's just watch some more of this.
I'm editing the videos, and I obviously don't hold a candle in the Casey's editing skills.
I mean, I'm sick of editing, but I'll be honest with you guys, I fucking hate editing.
Yeah, it sucks.
You know what I like? I like being outside laying on my back, looking at the sky, listening to the wind.
I want to say,
surfing.
I hate editing too, and I like to be outside, laying on my back, looking at the sky. It's just my fucking job. I hate fucking editing.
I like breaking concrete and shit. That's the type of work I like to do. I don't like to sit here. I'm good at it, and I really I have an eye for it. But I'm also one of those obsessive people that I'd rather, like I told you a few times, I'd rather produce 2 sick movies.
Yeah.
Every
Tanner does that. Okay. I got to admit, I find the dynamics here very strange, Tanner. I'm just going to call this as I see it, because you're saying that you're not so used to editing and you're kind of learning how to do it, and you're a bit behind on the skill process, especially compared to Casey. And I think I said some of that when I watched your Haunt Media video as well. So does it get a bit frustrating that, and I'm not sure if Colton's probably listening to this now, so I don't know, Colton, where you stand on what I'm about to say here, but I understand that you don't like editing, but for a successful channel, shouldn't you do the editing to help make the channel successful? And then maybe just say to Tanner, hey, this is how you do this, by the way, or here's, blah, blah. You could just coax them along so maybe you can share the editing load. But if you've got one bloke who's I'm not a good editor, but I'm doing all the editing work, and and then you got another bloke who's saying, I'm a great editor, a self-professed great editor, I just don't want to do it because I like to be outside, I don't like to be behind a desk. I don't get that. But then I guess that's one of the luxuries, I suppose, of not having a duet as a channel. Good God, I'm so happy that I do this solo. Yeah, I find those dynamics. I feel like Tanner might have gone now, which is fair enough. I don't know. I just wonder. I'm just interested about those dynamics. But yeah, no worries if you're not here.
Year or two, then produce a video every single
Unfortunately, that's just not the YouTube model.
It's just not the YouTube model.
That just doesn't work.
So
for YouTube,
also,
unless you're one of these,
if anybody that's watching is a sick editor that wants to not.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm signing off. Thank you guys for the love. Just wanted to have. I just don't have a passion for editing. Working on it. No worries. Okay. All the best. All the best, Tanner, and maybe Colton, who's watching that. Thank you very much for coming in. I appreciate you being respectful. I appreciate other people being respectful. You had a disagreement. It didn't kind of escalate. So all I could do is just to say I appreciate that.
Completely fuck our lights out with pay, money and price.
We'll show you the financials of what we make on
exactly. Videos. And also we can do a growth thing where it's if you're a sick ass editor, you're very consistent, you're not one of these guys that just does okay the first time, and then you just start giving us crap after that. If anybody out there is willing to do some sick edits, and we'll give you the whole thing. We'll give you all the licensing, music programs, all the things that we have. You'll have access to that. Also, your ass is grass if you think you're going to get us somehow on the back end with some fraudster shit, because I'm telling you right now, like I said, I'm a lot gnarlier than you think I am. But
well, and also I feel like we're kind of protecting ourselves from that by just saying like about the entertainment thing, right? Like,
but no, I'm not even so worried about that. I'm just talking about.
We want to go to places and explore and investigate and just show you what we find.
Yeah,
and that's what we're gonna do, and that's what we've been doing for the past.
Ultimately, I want to keep the same. I want to keep like a very entertaining, like because
I will say that I'm pretty sure I said this in my Haunt Media video, whereas I don't. The whole debate of what's going on with Mason and the family and the legality of them being on the property and the trespassing, that's one side of things. As far as like the paranormal evidence-y kind of stuff goes, there are definitely more egregious channels out there to be scrutinized than they haven't. They definitely haven't taken the Mindseed approach to that. Like when the video I watched, nothing really happened. And it was like, it wasn't like Mindseed where Tanner's getting dragged across the floor and chairs are getting stacked up all over the place and ghosts are fucking calling them on the phone and things like that. It's not that. So yeah.
Dude, we're good at making scary. So we have all the stops out and we make scary stuff. I'd rather do that.
Like, can we just say it then? If we have a video that has a ton of music and crescendos and is overly produced and everything like that, just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Just enjoy the video.
Yeah.
Just watch it, have fun, enjoy it, and just know that any other paranormal investigation video from any other channel or any other TV show you've ever watched, if you were enjoying it and it was exciting, it was for entertainment.
Also,
that's a big, very interesting call as well. That's a very interesting call to say if you found it entertaining, if it was scary to you, it's for entertainment. Or, in other words, more than likely it was fake. That's I'm not saying I even necessarily disagree with that. But that's interesting.
So there's the other parts people
don't think that certain people just get luckier than others, because that's absolute horseshit.
So, and I'm going to be really straight up with all of you. We are considering a content series of like, how did we do it? But you guys are not getting that it's not going to be a regular type of thing.
We got to do a special event.
It's going to be special event thing.
A paywall. So from the sounds of things, I genuinely wonder if Casey, I would be careful here, guys. I would say this in all seriousness. I don't know. I don't want to give ideas. I don't want to like step out of line when I say this. But if what they are saying is that they are going to, behind a paywall, say, this is how we did it, and more than likely that is going to be about Mindseed, is Casey going to sue you? Like, has he got grounds to sue you? Now, I understand that we have members for a reason, and I'm not a big fan of keeping my content behind a paywall. That's just me. I try to do other things for my members, little extras, but I don't like keeping the content behind a paywall. Speaking of which, I do apologize, members. I have been meaning to do a members live stream for a while. That is on the cut. I will do that soon. But, yeah. I don't know. It's because, like, obviously Colton has sort of shown that he has not got the best, especially Colton, maybe both of them, but especially Colton doesn't have the best relationship with Casey. If you're going to do a paywall videos, essentially showing how you faked it with Mindseed, I'm assuming because you don't have the best relationship with Casey right now that you haven't run this by him. I don't know, but I could see that potentially being a problem. Like, it sounds like you don't talk to him anymore. So I wonder if he's going to get pissed about this. I don't know.
Where it's like, if you guys get to a certain amount, like we have like a little pot, so that way we can like cover some of our next filming or whatever else, we will tell you exactly how.
We could just, I mean, if you're comfortable with it, I could share with them a financial snapshot for this month for the people that think we're balling our asses off over here. Yeah. We're going to make $1,300 off our YouTube channel this month. $1,300. So like, if you guys
like, listen, like, okay, I understand $1,300 a month for two YouTubers isn't a lot, but I don't think they've uploaded a video in ages. If I don't upload videos, and I don't do live streams and all the rest of it, I'm making fucking nothing. Like, I have to graft every single week to make money on YouTube. So I will say that, like, you know, yeah, that isn't a lot of money, but it's because you haven't been able to put, for whatever reason, content on the channel. So I do think, like, you know, you guys got to remember this. Like, you know, put it this way. Okay, here's a reality check here. Is YouTube difficult? Yes, it is. You two, though, do have an enormous advantage that most YouTubers would kill for. You've got the platform off Mindseed, and you've got Mindseed's fan base. Like, you reached 100,000 subscribers extraordinarily quickly. Like, I've been doing YouTube for 3 years, just over 3 years and 3 or 4 months, whatever. And I'm at like just under 54,000 subscribers. You guys are at like 103, I think. So yeah, I can understand that YouTube's difficult for you, but you've also got an enormous stepping stone to go off. Like an enormous advantage that most YouTubers would kill for. Now, I know you can sort of sit there and go, oh yeah, we might have had the Mindseed thing, but you guys react to our videos and you make your views from that. Yeah, I will fully accept that. Yeah, I'll take that criticism on the chin, but it pales in comparison to the advantages you guys got because Casey took you under his wing and you know, you guys grew, been able to have that reputation thanks to Mindseed. Like, you must realize that. Like, you guys wouldn't be where you're at right now without Mindseed. That's not a controversial take to have, right?
I think we're out here just playing it. The camera and lens you're looking at cost me 2 months of YouTube revenue, and it's the only thing I use this camera for. So just if you think I'm out,
okay, I understand that as well. But like, you know, this is what I was saying earlier. That the camera and the lens, which is really expensive, that is going to potentially should go to multiple videos, multiple videos. So that's like that's an investment to be able to the ability to film your content. And you know, this setup, the camera's good, the mics are good, everything looks and sounds great. So that initial capital investment is going to go forward to multiple videos that you're going to be making. I'm assuming in this sort of style. Video, and you should make videos on this and offset it with ghost hunting to help make money for the ghost hunting content. You know what I mean? But I don't know, behind paywall, guys. I mean, you run your channel however you want. You know, yeah, that's all. I'm actually not going to sit here and tell people how they should and shouldn't run their channel. I'm not going to do that. But you do you. Wendy J, thank you for another gifted membership. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, yeah, that's exactly it. Like, nothing's free. Nothing's free for any YouTubers. They don't grow on trees. You gotta spend that money, and you know you gotta spend money to make money. And it's a cliche, but it's fucking true, isn't it? Spend money to make money. Jay's mixed bag, how's it going? Or John's mixed bag, excuse me. Is anyone forcing them to spend that kind of no? No, they're not. We don't earn much cost of the time it comes over our own pocket. Some of our investigations that happen. Oh yeah, I can tell you right now, guys. The amount, like the major, like if you're going to talk about like locations I had been to and how much money I made on those locations. Oh, the Sam and Colby School, for instance, that cost me like just under $400 because I split it 50-50 with Paranormal Quest. That's just that. It doesn't include the car hire, the petrol, the hotel rooms, the food. There's so many expenses. I would have made a big loss on that video. I still do it. I still like it, but a lot of my ghost hunting videos make a loss. I get frustration with that. Of course I do. So when other ghost hunters complain about this and all the rest of it, I'm very sympathetic with it because it happens to me too. Like I've done ghost hunting in Australia, USA, and the UK now. I mean, damn! When I went to the UK, I'm still trying to figure out if I should upload this video. I went to the Four Crosses with Parpel and Lee from Three Spies Paranormal. We didn't really get to investigate anything because we got snowed in. We had to leave like an emergency, as it was literally a weather warning emergency. And I'm glad we left when we did because it literally would have been snowed in, wouldn't have been able to get out. It was a huge snowstorm that kicked in. So I traveled all that way to do that. I spent my money to go there and all the rest of it. I don't even know if I've got a video. I've got to revisit it. We're in August now. I filmed that in bloody January. So yeah, things like that happen. It's frustrating. But you know, it's part of YouTube, isn't it? It's so competitive. It's part of YouTube. Wendy, thank you very much for your super sticker, the $1.99. Very much appreciate you. Thank you so much. Whew, if I get any more donations, I've got to refill the glass. That'd be a good idea. That'd be how I make the extra bucks. All right.
Here balling out of control. We have jobs, so it's not like we're just crushing it. So like, don't take it as like, oh, money hungry. Like you want us to pay for the information. Like, no, we're gonna make an event. We're gonna make it fun. We're gonna make it worth your while and your dollar.
Yeah.
So that we can book flights, keep buying equipment, keep exploring. Like,
yeah, you pay for pay-per-view to see who wins the fight, and you pay a ridiculous amount of money for 4 hours.
Yeah.
When I guess if you don't want to have that part of it, you could just wait till tomorrow and Google who won.
Yeah.
You know, like,
which is what I do typically.
Yeah,
because I want to make it 13.
I mean, a lot of us are like
YouTube channel.
Exactly, like we're regular ass people, and
this studio is going to cost me like 6 months to recoup my costs.
Yeah, there you go. And you know, ultimately, that's what this channel is going to be moving forward. Is going to be a lot more just it is what it is.
Yeah.
I really want to do a series of like where we make like a high cinematic, like highly produced video of an investigation. We go to these places without having to worry about being freaking doxxed by some loser, dude.
Or without having to worry about our creativity being like stunted by the fear of.
See that again, man. Colton went from some loser and Tanner brings it back to the point at hand. That has been like, I feel like Tanner was like, hey, the beginning section, we can bitch about Mason, all that sort of stuff, but then we need to talk about the other things. And it's always Colton that wants to bring that back. And Tanner's trying to de-escalate that side of their talking points. He's like, we've done it, we've addressed it, we got to move on to other things.
Like it being too much or over the top. Like, no, we can make it over the top. We can make it too much. We can have fun. You guys can be entertained by our creative skills, like
exactly
our ability to film and edit it and tell a story. And
well, finishing that sentence there, and maybe it's just because I'm a little under the weather, so I'm feeling a little right now. But like, also, I just want to remind everybody out there that is one of these debunkers. Like, obviously, I wouldn't. But like, you know that like my weakest homie could whoop your ass. Literally, my weakest homies could beat your ass.
I think we just need to let that sink in for a second there, guys. I don't think there's ever been one debunker that has ever said anything like that. Ever. That's a fucking crazy thing to say. And that one wasn't aimed at just Mason. I think Colton meant it for just Mason, but he did say the thing about debunkers. But I do think in his head he was thinking about Mason, because I think most of the things that whenever Colton talks about debunkers, he's thinking of just Mason. But he did say debunkers. And he's like, in case you missed it, I'm going to say it again. It's like he said his weakest homies. I know it sounds weird me saying the word homies in a British accent because we don't fucking say that word. But his weakest homies could kick any one of our asses. Now, listen, I'm not here fucking having a fucking dick measuring contest with anyone. All I will say is that for anyone who thinks like I am scared or I am Mr. Sit behind a computer and all the rest of it, you haven't watched me confront my doxer. I literally confronted my doxer. I literally met him face to face and confronted him. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm a fucking tough guy or anything like that. I think that's all cringe. But I will say is that anyone who comes at me, I am willing to meet them face to face. I'm not saying I'm going to start fights or anything like that, but I will meet you face to face and confront you and talk about your shitty behavior. Anyone. And I've had a lot of arseholes come at me over my time doing this. A lot of arseholes that went below the belt. A lot of arseholes have been absolute fucking pricks. We know who we're talking about. I don't like saying their names because I break out in hives. I don't want to give them any more attention. But like, I don't like this whole thing where people are sort of saying like, I could kick your ass, or my homies could kick your ass, or my weakest homies could kick your ass. Let's just not fucking do that, guys. I'm certainly not scared by it. Don't let the whole mask thing fool you. I've literally put my money where my mouth is on this one. It's there on my channel for everyone to see. Wendy J, thank you so much. It's now 3:30 here in the UK. So going to join you with a drink, Seg. Fuck yeah. Thank you very much for the £5. Thank you for all you do with your lives. You, Crow, Mason are amazing. Appreciate you, Wendy J. Thank you very much. Here's a cheers. Let's have a drink together. Oh, that sounded weird. Woo! Thanks so much, Wendy J. Yes, I am. The poshest sounding Gypsy King known to all of Gypsy land. I don't know. Is that offensive? I don't think it is. I'm gonna get cancelled for this. Listen, I'm really not like the type of guy to kind of like want to challenge people to fight. I think it's fucking stupid. All I'm sort of saying is that just be careful when you start bringing that kind of energy out there. That's all I'm going to sort of say. That's all I'm going to say.
You are so comfortable in your little fuck nowhere town, in whatever little shithole that you live in, where no one ever is going to find out.
Shitting on two guys that are just literally trying to have fun, make some money. Like, we're not crushing it.
So everyone that's watching this, I just want you guys to think about the next debunking channel, like that comes up, and just remember, they're not doing anything for anyone. They're the most, and I don't like diagnosing. I wouldn't say like malignant narcissists, but they are just assholes, dude.
Yeah.
They care only for their same self while trying to gaslight the opposite direction and say, hey,
not gaslighting, but okay.
These guys are doing it just for money. They're not even real about it. It's like they're even worse. They don't even have a creative idea, and they're actually a parasitic entity.
We have to get off
content. They don't.
I just think I want you guys to remember the parasitic entity bit. Keep that in your memory banks, because it becomes very interesting later in their video. We are, and again, I said this all earlier in the live stream. I know this live stream's been going on for quite a long time now. Apologies for that. But like, I go on a lot of tangents. There's so much to say. But I'll support your right to call us parasitic entities. Well, I disagree with you, but I support your right to have to form that opinion. But if that's the case, what you're going to say later in the video, you are also going to be parasitic entities, and we'll talk about this when it gets brought up. I just want you guys to remember that, because that is absolute blatant hypocrisy for what is going to come later.
They don't have anything to like naysay. It's like sensationalism doesn't really work in this.
But we never have them take their videos down.
Never.
We never report them to YouTube.
I will give them credit for that. They Mindseed were the same. Never had any kind of like issues with Mindseed trying to take my videos down. Never had any issues from these guys. The one video I made on them trying to take the video down, I don't think Mason has had any issues. So credit where credit's due. They're better than a lot of the other cowardly arseholes that give copyright strikes and privacy complaints and defamation shit. Like I've had it all from cowards, nasty pieces of shit. They haven't done that. They haven't done that. So credit where credit's due for sure for that. I know it's like a low bar, guys. I know that's a low bar, but seriously, credit where credit's due. They haven't done that. Like even fucking Twin Paranormal did that.
Yeah, because that's even weaker.
Yeah,
we just do our thing, man. We have to get up, get on a plane, set up our equipment. The setup and tear down of each location is about half the battle. And we have to do all that shit just so this dork can analyze. And let's put a bow on this conversation though.
Yeah.
Let's kind of just give them a summary of like, you enjoy the content moving forward. If it is a more, I don't want to call it chill, but a more like less produced, I guess more chill type of video, and we're exploring somewhere and investigating, trying to communicate with the other side, it's the real deal. I mean, just accept it for what it is. If you see over the top cinematics, music, craziness, just enjoy the video.
I will say,
be entertained.
That we don't really get into I mean, I don't mind doing it. I think it's a great thing because everyone finds different stuff. Every paranormal channel gets different access to different things, and some people find shit before other people.
And luckily for us, we know exactly what is real and what is not real. Yes. We've got so much experience in this game at this point. Because like I said,
I'm going to say right now, this is really bad of me. I should have said this at the very beginning. So my apologies to Haunt Media. You should go watch the original video for yourself. And if you do that, don't give them any hate comments. I should have said that at the very beginning. Really bad of me to say that 2 hours and 42 fucking minutes into the live stream. I didn't say that at the beginning. I should have, but better late than never, maybe. I don't know.
Said I was a rookie when we started 6 years ago, but since then we've been to so many places, filmed so many things, edited so many videos. Like I know what's fake and how they're doing it.
Yeah.
Every time.
With that said, there are a couple clips that we have that were submitted from other people. They're not super high quality. Some of them are like,
the one outside the fucking house.
So this shit's real as hell, right? So there's some real as hell stuff.
I would shit myself if that was my house.
Yes.
And we'll show you guys later.
I'm also thinking that one of our new series is going to be us. Like, we're not going to go in and try to debunk other channels, but like, we're literally going to watch other channels and try to tell you how we think they did it.
Yeah.
Right.
Analyze it. Have a conversation.
Exactly. Otherwise, everyone had no shots to them because they're doing great. The viewership's awesome. Obviously, they're the kind of the kings of the space.
Okay. In case you missed that, what Colin just said was that not that they're going to debunk anything, but they're thinking of doing a series of videos where they watch other people's content, not in a debunking way, but try and explain how they did it. Or as the rest of us call it, debunking. That's literally what debunking is. Like, more often than not, we don't say 100% this is how it's done, unless we are 100%. That's at least something I've always advocated for anyway. But we offer our opinions on what we think XYZ done. Now, yeah, maybe these guys have got it would be interesting to watch their take on that, because they probably do have a much better perspective on this than maybe your average debunker does. But they are now becoming debunkers, and they are watching other people's content, which is parasitic by your own arguments made earlier. That's the hypocrisy. Now, guy, fucking go ahead, you do it. If that makes you money, and if that brings you a level of success, fucking crack on. You do you. But that is blatant. You are coming at us, calling us parasitic. You have to own that for yourselves now. You have to. That's not up for fucking debate. That's not up for debate. You created those standards that we're parasitic for that. And you're now saying you're going to do essentially the exact same thing. Like, that's crazy. That's one of the I think when I watched this, that was one of the bits where I was the most puzzled about.
Sam and Colby, they did their thing with Explorer, their own brand. That's actually really good.
And it's still
rushing it.
Yeah.
Yep. Sam and Colby have a reaction channel. I think it's called Sam and Colby Reacts.
They make really cool shit. Twin Paranormal, they are kind of like following that. I don't want to say following, but like they're kind of like doing that route where it's just like we just go and tell you the story, and then whatever happens, happens. And you know what?
And they have fun and fun.
I know. And you know what? I admire that style of content. Obviously, like I don't want to go that direction necessarily because it's not true to like what I want to produce necessarily. If we're going to produce anything, depending on how big of a pain in the ass it becomes. But like that's kind of the direction. It's either people start burning out like these like negative little debunkers that are just ruining all of the fun. It's like the guy, he's like,
they just said they want to do that, and then they like, what's that? Like less than 2 minutes later, they're slagging off debunkers again. It's mind blowing. Like, guys, like, what the fuck? I can't get my head around it. And this is the thing. I am proud of us for being cool with Tanner when he came in. I know there's a lot of people that are very angry right now, and like, to be honest, we are getting a bit frustrated with it. But like, I like that we can rise above this. I do like that we can do that.
That shitty kid that like tells your 5-year-old that Santa isn't real.
You're like, man,
it's like,
thanks,
well,
dude.
cool.
Really appreciate you.
You know, that my daughter was going to enjoy that till she was like 8 or 9 probably, but now I had some 11-year-old just make her cry.
Yeah.
And call me a liar.
We're gonna continue producing videos, obviously. We're gonna explore places when we can. We have other jobs and a life. Like, it's hard sometimes to get out there and travel for this, but we're going to do that when we can. And in the meantime, we're going to do videos in studio, talking about other videos, and just keep it rolling.
Yeah.
And we hope you guys enjoy it, continue to support. And we got a lot of love for our loyal fans. And
for sure. Yeah. All of you that have stuck around for a long time. And again, you know, like for those of you that are kind of taking this as like a gut shot, like you shouldn't be, because 99% of people that don't comment, they're the ones that consistently watch. They're watching it for an objective reason, which is I just want to be entertained.
Yeah.
It's YouTube. It's not YouTube is not the place it's not a platform that was designed for people to contact people's deceased family members. And also with the reason, okay, here.
We do got to kind of wrap this up in the next few.
You're all good. We're here. But I do want to add this, is that like all that stuff in our episodes where I'm like, I think it's there. That's all real, dude.
Yeah.
Like all that stuff is absolutely 1,000% real. We don't know. We do get feelings. And this is what I mean by, yes, supernatural, paranormal absolutely exists. I can tell you right now, it's crazy that's me. But like I said, my strengthening convictions around my faith. Like I am a 1,000% believer just based on my experiences in life and how directly a lot of my prayers, my questions, like things about life have been answered just by acknowledging that I'm not in control of any of this at all. So it's kind of the same way that I've always believed in paranormal. Like, I know it's there. We dabble, we've created a lot of very entertaining episodes, regardless of how you want to consider creating it. If you're the guy that has the idea, makes the thing happen, puts the things in that direction, has the structure for how it's going to move, and then you hand all of those pieces to a guy that goes clip, 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 who's the guy that really created it? You know, who's going to take credit there? And so I want people to come away from this understanding that, like, it's a gray area. It's like, it's not a defined, oh, well, this is us coming out and telling you that everything's bullshit. This is us coming out and telling you that, like,
some of it was.
Some of it was.
Like, that's really funny to me because, like, Colton's like on a rant kind of thing, and then he goes, "This isn't us telling you that everything's bullshit," but and he trails off because he's like, "That's quite literally what the video is." And then Tanner has to come in and goes, "Yeah, but some of it was though, wasn't it?" And it was like, he's like, "Shit, yeah, that's pretty much." I don't know. That's a funny little moment there because, like, I think Colton just kind of like got a little bit carried away and he didn't know how to finish that sentence. Let's not forget the first 5 minutes of them saying the F word. One thing I agree with them on is they're not good at it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't want to take it. This is the thing. I'm not taking any of that away. I just think we should be we should hold ourselves at a higher standard and not go to that sort of that level. Criticism, fine. No problem with criticism, but we don't need to go to ad hominems. We don't need to go to like pussy this and fuck you that and bitch this and F word this and that. And, you know, we're not that. We're not that. We're not that. Wouldn't it be funny if Beardo became their editor?
And you wouldn't, but a lot of the stuff that you would assume that was kind of wasn't, and a lot of the stuff you think wasn't, probably was. Like, it's never, no one's ever, even the debunkers were like analyzing things like it's this that. There's been a couple people that were close, but no one's ever hit it on the head. No.
So it's like it's just constantly going back to the whole debunker thing, though, isn't it? Waking up saying like, "Hey, how's it going, Linda's CPR?"
Was ever even side-eye guy? Yeah. He was sick.
He was great.
He was very sick.
Oh yeah, we're going back to me again.
He's got to be one of the best like internet sleuth doxers I've ever seen. Funny.
So, yeah, I'll take internet sleuth. I appreciate that. I'm not a doxer, mate. You got to understand that what a doxer is. What I did in that video is, and actually with the help of Elaine Baker helped with that a great deal. I exposed that you guys didn't go to a haunted plantation. I exposed that it was an Airbnb. That's a registered business. There's nothing there's nothing doxing about showing a registered business. It's there on Airbnb. I contacted the owner. I explained to the owner what happened. The owner was happy for me to say everything that I said in the video. She did an interview with me. You can listen to that interview. Mindseed fans thought that was AI. I can guarantee you it wasn't AI. I haven't contacted her in quite a while. I feel like it's been so long now, it might be awkward. But I wonder what came of that. I'm assuming nothing. But that's not doxing. The second video was also an Airbnb, the haunted schoolhouse that was actually in Denver, not Denver. You said, I think you guys said it was in Wisconsin, but oh god, it's so long ago since I watched that video. But yeah, That's all Airbnbs. All of it's Airbnbs. It's all registered businesses. There's nothing doxing. You got to understand what gaslight. What you got to understand what gaslight. You've used the term gaslighting a few times where it's not warranted. But you got to. I just read literally. I said monkey see, monkey do. I just read Beardo saying gaslighting. You got to understand what doxing means. What Mason did wasn't doxing. What I did wasn't doxing. Like, as someone who's been a victim of doxing, that's not doxing. I don't like you using the word victim, but like someone who's had someone try to dox him. Anyway, but like, you know, I don't. They don't seem to really, especially Cole doesn't seem to understand what dox is. I think they were trying to compliment me at the same time. So like, it's hard for me to like get too angry with this because I think they're just sort of saying, and Tanner came in and said the same thing, like they like my videos. Anyway, yeah.
But if you see his viewership, since Casey's doing his UFO bullshit, like he's not really doing very hot.
Sure.
You know?
Okay, so this is an interesting, again, another little thing. Again, fine, whatever. So this is interesting. My viewership has been bad or poor, I would say, not bad, but like by my previous standards. 2026 has not been good. Has not been kind to me. I've had a few videos that have done well, but 2026 has not been a good year for me. There's no doubt about it. If honest to God, guys, if it wasn't for your donations, I probably would be very, very close to be trying to find Side Guy will probably go part-time. But thankfully, you guys have kept my head above water financially with your very generous donations. The views have been down, but Colton there is sort of saying, oh, since I stopped making Mindseed videos, my viewership numbers have gone down. No, not at all. That, like the last Mindseed video I made, which actually got not for Casey's reason, but it did actually get demonetized because I used music in their thing. So I actually didn't make any money on that. So off Mindseed videos, I've only had 3 videos that have actually got monetized out of the 4. So I've had loads of videos be more successful than a lot of the Mindseed videos. Like, there's no doubt the big Mindseed one about the haunted plantation, that's one of my most successful. I think that's my 4th. Yeah, I think it's my 4th, 5th or 6th or something like that, most successful video. So I've had more successful videos than the Mindseed one, and I've had a lot of successful videos before 2026, between 2026 and the last Mindseed video anyway. So yes, I will take on the chin that in 2026 my views have been low. From my understanding, like they've been low for a lot of, actually I think Beardo's actually saying here. We have had conversations saying 2026 has been so bad for all of us, not just because of Colton. Yeah, exactly. It's been bad. Yeah, it's been a bad year across the board for a lot of people. I've had a lot of people say to me how bad 2026 has been for them. So no, I like you know, has 2026 been bad? Yes. Has it been bad because I no longer cover Mindseed? No, not at all. I've had loads of successful videos, thankfully, since my Mindseed videos. I'm not going to go. That's self-evident. You can see that for yourself. Creature Comforts, thank you so much for your gifted membership. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Cheers to you. Thank you so much. Okay. We're near the end now, guys.
All right. Well, sorry to drop a bomb on you guys like that, if that's what you're seeing.
But here's the takeaways. Throw this as an outline on the thing. Takeaways are, we're going to continue to produce content.
Very quickly, thank you very much, Kim Draws, for your another €5. You've been very generous this live stream. I really appreciate your support. Thank you very much. Sounds very entitled if you ask me, the way they said it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, whoops.
We're no longer going to fucking care about people that are like, oh, well, this is how they do their magic tricks. We don't care about that.
Yeah, but you said you were going to do this yourself. Stop going like, I'm going to do a magic trick. When you say you're going to do it, you're going to be one of those magic tricks. You are going to be one of those people, or you're planning on it. Like, this doesn't make any sense that you're coming at us with this kind of like negative energy when you literally want to do those kind of videos yourself. God damn.
As long as it makes sense, we will continue to produce this style of content. There's going to be a lot more content as far as us just like trying to figure out how other channels engineer their shit and reviewing some of the stuff that we truly believe is like authentic. And there will be a series here.
I wonder if that was like a, not slip of the tongue, but like a subconscious thing where he says how they engineer their shit. I don't know.
And I'm letting you guys know right now, take it how you want to. But we will crack open and answer these questions for how was this done? Was this legit? Was this that? And it ain't going to be free. No, not at all.
Right. So that's going to be behind a paywall as well. I'm assuming both the ones where they're going to show how they faked it with Mindseed is going to be behind a paywall. And I would assume they're debunking, but not really debunking, but it is fucking debunking kept of other people's videos, other ghost hunters' videos will also be behind a paywall. Which, if they want to keep friends in the paranormal, is probably smart to keep that behind a paywall. The Living Dead, thank you so much for your $5. Appreciate you. Keep being real, respectful, and working for the truth. I appreciate you very much. Thank you very much, The Living Dead. Thank you.
We'll do like a megathon like a megathon marathon. Well, what we do is like every single week we'll address something, but on the Patreon or on the website, we're going to have a pot that goes to like, all right, this pays for the next 2.5 months of production, say 10.
You can even itemize it.
Exactly.
And break it down. Yeah.
1,000 people put $10 in a pot, says, I really want to know how Grandpa Jack happened. I really want to know how Lady in the Lake happened. I really want to know how this happened, that happened. Because I'll fucking tell you everything. But it ain't going to be free. Sorry.
So that's all Mindseed paranormal happenings he's talking about there.
And at the end of the day, just remember this. We really are appreciative of you watching. I know it might not sound like it, but you know what? While you sit there on break at your job, flipping through videos, just remember that everything that you watch on that screen, outside of some of the educational shit, is manufactured for your entertainment. Yeah. And even the educational stuff, a lot of those guys are just ChatGPT reading off from a teleprompter and acting like they're the authority on something, but they really have no fucking idea. You ever heard the term teachers don't do? It's because they teach. Like your professor that teaches business that has had a bunch of failed businesses, it's that type of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So this is an interesting point. I've never used ChatGPT as a script ever. I've tried to use. I've had like a sort of thing where I had a joke that I couldn't quite execute, and I tried to use ChatGPT to finish the joke, and it always does it so poorly. So I don't use ChatGPT for anything. Every single thing I say in any of my videos is me. None of it is ChatGPT. I can't speak on behalf of other debunkers. I would assume it's the same for all debunkers, but no, I don't use ChatGPT. Now, the argument of we're not experts. No, you're right. We're not. But guess what? Neither are you guys. No one's an expert on any of this. You could be an expert in editing, perhaps. You could be an expert in being just a general YouTuber, but you can't be I refuse to believe you're an expert in being a ghost hunter. Unless you are going out there and getting proof of the paranormal, which is impossible, consistent proof of the paranormal. I don't believe in the whole, of being an authority or an expert. And also, I don't think there's any debunker that's ever claimed that they are. I certainly haven't. I'm self-deprecating all the fucking time. I say my videos are dumb. I'm saying I'm a dumbass. I always express that I am by no means an authority on anything that I say. I'm only offering my opinions. Every now and then, when I'm lucky, I can prove something. More often than not, it's my opinions. And I just try and make people laugh in between those opinions. Wait a sec. I'm unqualified. Okay, fair enough. Beardo's a demonologist and an expert ghost hunter. Lady of the Lake was for crap. Yeah. All right, we're nearly done.
That's the entire world of the internet. This.
All right, we gotta go.
This synthetic crap is like.
Tanner's so done. Tanner's like, fucking seriously, shut up, Colton. We need to go.
It is what it is. Watch videos. Enjoy. Smile. Also, doxers, fuck you. Bye.
Peace.
So, oh, hello. I'm all the way down there. Why am I all the way down there? There we go. Woo! Well. I was emotional. So this has gone on like an hour longer than I was expecting. It's 1 a.m. now. Yeah. That was a lot. I'm not sure what else there is left for me to say. I've spoke so much. The reason why that was a 3-hour fucking live stream is because it's only a 35-minute video, but I've been talking for 2.5 hours of it. But there's so much to talk about. Unapologetically, there's so much to talk about with this video. There really is. Meme Empress, thank you so much. Put a tiny seg back. Yeah. Ooh. Let's get rid of this. Anyway, fuck off. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else there really is to sort of say. Yeah, I don't know. I'll say this again, guys. Keep an eye out for Paranormal Engineer's video. He's going to respond to this in a very big way. He's going to have some shit to say. Go subscribe to the paranormal, and that apple juice is taking its course. Go subscribe to the Paranormal Engineer. His video should be out very soon, and he's going to have some shit to say. He's going to have some shit to say. Okay, so I've got a quick question to ask you guys before I go. When I was going to, normally I wake up at about 6, 7 a.m. because I got kids and life hates me. But normally that's the time, because the time that is in Australia works out quite well for the UK and America. So that's the time I was going to drop my next video. I'm going to tell you what the video is. It's the 3rd installment of Most Haunted at 30 East Drive. It's the live broadcast of Most Haunted at 30 East Drive. I can upload that video as soon as, a lot sooner, and I can upload it pretty much when very shortly after ending the live stream. Would you guys like that? Or are you happy to wait, for a few hours or, whatever, when I wake up, essentially? So I'm pretty proud of this video. I think it's a pretty good one. But for those of you who don't know, I've already covered the first 2 videos of Most Haunted at 30 East Drive. It's ridiculous. The live broadcast is every bit as ridiculous. So yeah, would you guys upload now? Says there's a now, Quiltress. We would like to see it for sure. Say, oh yeah, you're going to see it. I just want to know if you just want to get it like sooner rather than later. Dumb question. I'm sure you're all going to say now, aren't you? All right. As soon as very shortly after, yeah, actually, it's probably a good idea if I just upload it now because I'm probably going to sleep in a bit if my kids let me. I'm probably going to sleep in a bit with all this apple juice in my system. Sooner the better. Okay. All right. Now, please. All right. Done. As soon as we're done with the live stream, I will do that. Guys, I hope you enjoyed my take on that whole live stream thing. I'm going to say this again. Please don't send any hate, but go watch the original video. All that good stuff. Really, no hate. Don't send any hate to him. Yeah, guys. So thank you so much, guys. I'm very proud that when Tanner came in here, we weren't meeting him with the energy Colton put out there. I'm proud of us not doing that. I'm proud of you guys not doing that. Thank you. Like, seriously, as someone who has went into a live stream, was invited on, and the person who invited me on, I don't think was the cause of the hate I got. But as someone who has had that level of hostility when invited onto a live stream, it's not cool. I would never, ever want that to happen on my platform. So I appreciate you guys being cool. I really do. So just in general, we've had a very good vibe in this live, so I appreciate that. Thank you to everyone who donated. You guys keep the lights on around here. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I'll say again, please keep an eye on the Paranormal Engineers channel. And he's going to have a very interesting perspective when he covers this very same live stream. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you, everyone, for making this a great and fun live stream. I appreciate you all. And nothing else left to say now except for ta very much, everybody, and cheerio.